There was a small town called Lomarsh.
Yay!
Lomarsh looked a little something like this. So, last week we learnt of Sibylla's adventure into the woods, where she was led by an old crow to meet with a witch and a sea hag. The three of them briefly formed a coven and undertook a ritual to scry and get a sense of the forces around Lomarsh, seeking it out for its prime position for the upcoming parallax, a great moment of magical power where the spheres and weave of magic align in such a way that happens about every 60 years. There are a number of green eyes, this is all in the vision, a number of green eyes watching from the northeast, and to the southwest a chalice of wood eroded by a spreading rot. Water leaked out of it, a single shining rainbow prism coming into the town, being pursued by a fire that engulfed the chalice and spread towards the town itself. Within the city, there were shadows lurking and skulking around, being pursued by a white bead of light, and the faintest glint of metal hiding in the dirt. After the vision, the witches split, and the old woman informed Sibylla that she, too, studied under Sibylla's old mentor, Nimue, whom the witch was attempting to contact. She gave Sibylla a spell, a small sheet of parchment, folded together and sealed with a wax. Sealed. The spell is broken if you break the seal, which summons the witch, which she asks Sibylla to do if she ever finds out any information about Nimue. Back in town, we went to the Lomarsh People's Committee, who rewarded you all for your efforts in the Bird Sage Hospice, curing the town's good fever. You also found out that the town treasury, whose primary vault is locked by a single key that was in the possession of the now missing Thorry Black, has a backup lock contained by 3 separate keys, held by Lewis Short, key, you have that key, and by Paul Getgood, who you earned, helping him out with some stolen produce. The third key is held by one Orson Burton of the Burton Lumberyard. Over. Hello, work for me. There we go. Over around here. You headed up to Goodget Farms, where you found some people who had been stealing some produce, and you found a camp of... you found the thieves infected by the terrible disease known as Red Eye. From there, you collected Vicar Sean Rothwell, and headed back to the big box to continue your investigation on the missing Thorry Black. Thorry Black, the Town Treasurer, known to have disappeared about a week or so ago, a little bit over. You had picked up on a few clues and that sort of thing, but you hit a big one this time. You knew that their living quarters were hidden behind a glamour, a certain type of illusion magic. Wielding incredible arcane power, Sibylla was able to break the 8th level spell that maintained the illusion and reveal the truth of the room. An absolute mess shamble, rotting food in the kitchen, foul water in the bathroom. Clearly no one had been living in here for at least a month, messing up your timeline somewhat. You found 2 other things of note in the room. One is that it had been ransacked. It seemed items of value had been stolen, as well as many articles of clothing, and the treasurer's toothbrush. You also found a pill bottle still sitting in the local apothecary, which seemed to be full of sleeping pills, which seemed to be prescribed to the treasurer to aid with sleep. They were dated to about a month and a half ago. Finally, there was a few scraps of burnt paper in the fireplace that you get to identify. So, let's pick right back up. We're in the big box. Sibylla, you have dispelled this powerful illusion. You've all searched around for a little bit together. Nick, you found a toothbrush. You found the pills. Drizella, I think, found... I don't quite know what everyone found, but you've all together compiled this information. What's your next move? What are your thoughts? You've got these scraps of fire from the fireplace you haven't been able to identify yet, mostly because you haven't tried much. What are your thoughts?
Should we check the paper in the fireplace?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Couple of different things you could do to go about that. You could give me a good old just flat perception check and see what happens. That'll tell you a little bit. Or you could do some other sort of skill of your choice. Just tell me what it is.
Yeah, I'll do flat perception.
Flat perception from Big Big?
Would I be able to discern whether this was a professional ransacking?
As someone who I
criminal.
imagine ransacks often, yeah, by all means, give me a. You've got sailor law or something like that.
I've got what is it? The underworld law.
Underworld. Give me an
criminal law.
underworld law check. See what you make of this.
I got a nat 20 for just straight perception.
Nat 20 for perception. What's your modifier?
26.
Because remember, in this one, nat 20 is art. What is it?
26.
26. Beautiful. That will tell you a decent bit.
I only got 14.
Cool. With a 14, it's difficult to remember this isn't writing parchment, is what you can put together with 14. With a 26, though, a crit 26, this is fine quality paper, very fine quality. You see a small bit of ink left on it, a beautiful gold. You've only seen this sort of quality stuff used once. It was Bessel, your old witch mentor. This was a spell scroll. Now, interestingly enough, it's been burnt, not used. So this would have been a perfectly good spell that someone's destroyed, which is very odd. The spell scrolls are quite
Can you
valuable.
tell what kind of spell?
That might be possible. You'll need some sort of either a Arcana check or an occultism check would probably be the way to go about that.
24 on my criminal investigations.
You look through. It's odd, this, because they've hit all the right stuff. They've gotten the valuables in the right way, and a few other bits and pieces, but it doesn't look like the person who's done this knew what they were doing. You look over at the mattress, and a good thief doing mattress, dagger out, slit along it, get your whole arm in there, look around. This person's done a small little thing they would have had to jimmy it around in. It doesn't look like they had experience there, and yet they knew what they were doing at the same token. So it's hard to say.
So would it be fair to assume that either they knew what they were doing and tried to make it look like they didn't know what they were doing, or they kind of did but kind of didn't?
Yeah, you don't think that they're trying to be clever here or anything. Your hunch, in fact, give me a society check. So, see if you recognise.
16.
16 isn't enough to know who, but you do recognise you have seen this sort of a thing before. What you think is that the person who did this hadn't done it before, but they were being instructed by someone who was very clear about what needed to be done. And in fact, with a 16, so let me check some difficulty calculations real quick. I'm going to pull stuff out of thin air. 16, level 2 success. Yeah, I'll give you that. You see, this sort of thing usually happens when someone is being coerced into doing a crime. A criminal didn't do this, but a criminal made it happen, if that makes sense.
Makes perfect sense.
Any casters might have more success on that. I can't check, but
I'm good.
17 for occultism.
17 occultism, 17. I don't quite think that'll cut it, unfortunately.
Word.
No, unfortunately, you can't put together the spell there. You do know, however, it is an illusion spell.
Ooh. Can I try and... I don't have proficiency, but can I try and Arcana check it?
Without proficiency, it's difficult. You go.
I could roll a nat 20.
Yeah,
maybe.
nat 20.
You still might not do it.
No, I didn't.
There you go.
23 for occultism.
Here we go.
There we go, Sibel.
I'll go,
Person
hey,
who's good at
hey
this.
Sibylla, this looks similar to something the thing used.
You do, actually, I will tell you, when you do put this together with your check, it's illusion. It's also not a witch who casts this. This is not fey magic. This is not a witch's magic. It's not primordial. It's not a cult.
Well, we can stop the witch hunt.
With a 26, whatever it was. It's an interesting turn of phrase there. With a 26.
Protected with my witchiness.
Yeah, you're right. Could you move that book for me? Just for a second. It's a little bit on the larger side. Thank you very much. Thank you for bearing with me through these technical difficulties. With a 26, you learn, Sibylla, that this was what you believe to be an invisibility spell. From an arcane caster.
Cast on the whole room.
No, so the spell scroll, you found it would have been an invisibility spell, probably enough for one person to use, one creature to use. But it wasn't used, it was burnt. So someone destroyed this spell scroll rather than using the magic in it.
It's not just the rest of it's invisible.
That would be pretty funny, to be honest. But no, it's definitely, there's a few different bits. You kind of got to sift through the ashes and pull out a few bits, and you recognise a few key phrases here and there.
Nick could grab Bigby and explain to Bigby how the ransacking was done. It was done by someone who was being directed by someone who knew how to do it. So he'd be explaining that it's professional, but it wasn't done by a professional.
Bigby, give me a culture check. A society check.
It's a 14.
Yeah, nothing in particular jumps to mind when you hear that, but it is interesting and relevant.
Mm-hmm.
The interesting thing about that spell scroll is that the runes illusion was cast by Fey magic. You know that. And this spell was arcane. So you've got two different sources of magic.
Can I see if I can pick anything up about the evil, horrible, bad, always nasty Fey element to this?
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
when you say pick anything up,
in terms of Fey lore, so
absolutely, it's just a straight Fey lore check.
yeah.
My sister became a doctor today.
Oh, nice.
Congrats.
19 Fey, 22.
22 was success. Here's the thing.
Sure. You don't like them at that beginning.
Fey...
They're all nasty bastards. Yeah, they are.
Civil, I'm sure that
Mostly they are.
Drizella's
Drizella.
experiences of the Fae are all bad.
you've never known the Fey you've interacted with specifically to use arcane magic. Arcane magic takes not just book learning, but time and practice. It's a very specific, almost pedantic form of magic that the Fey usually don't have the temperament for. They are more into things happening. The burning of it could be that if a Fey found that scroll, they likely couldn't use it. Is your thoughts. Which makes a bit more sense as to why someone would destroy a reasonably decent magic item.
Could I, might be a stretch, but do a warfare lore check to see, because you said there were signs of struggle in here.
Did I?
Yes.
Did I say that tonight or weeks ago?
Well, it's been ransacked.
Oh,
It's been ransacked. There doesn't look like there's been a fight.
Okay, yeah.
There's no like blood or anything like that.
I'll
It looks like
check
it's been
that then.
through. So yeah, no. You want to check anything else. You've got a kitchen full of food. You found these prescribed sleeping pills in a sealed bottle.
Can I check the pills?
Yeah, in what sort of way?
Are they actually sleeping pills? Or
Naughty.
are they, masquerading as sleeping pills? Some other kind of herbal...
It's a medicine.
I would put poison in sleeping pills, personally.
Enough sleeping pills.
Yeah, though I'd just put them in so you could use one.
I feel rested now.
What do you want, medicine?
I think so, unless you're aiming for something else.
No, medicine. No, literally medicine. So that's a crit for a 27.
That is
I actually watched that. It teetered on the 2 and then rolled back on the
Yeah.
20.
that is a level
Beautiful.
15 success.
Wow.
Woo!
Look at
On
you.
pills.
Yeah.
You look. Did you open? It's currently
Yeah.
sealed with black.
Totally
Do you crack
opened it.
Number 2.
Do you crack it open?
Yeah.
You open them up, have a look, kind of break one up.
Do you pop one?
This is
Maybe.
very definitely exactly what it says on the bottle. There's nothing suspicious here. You expect this to be some mixture of like chamomile root, valerian powder. It's a very mild sedative. It's the sort of thing that you'd prescribe someone who comes to the doctor and says, "Oh, also I'm having a bit of trouble sleeping."
I'm pocketing it then,
You could
as evidence.
Can I try and keep it?
you could take this entire bottle of things and you get like a little tummy ache and that's about it.
Yep, taking it.
So you have it.
No, it's actual stuff, but it's people would drink this as a tea. People who don't have any sense of taste, because that's disgusting. But
How many pills are in there?
a month's supply, so 32.
Excellent.
A month's supply will look different to first.
Sweet. Okay.
month supply for me is like 3 months for my father. Not even kidding.
No, I believe that.
Uh,
I still find it mind-blowing that there's farms within the city walls.
Where you can't
Well,
do
Protect-
you
protect
don't want to
them.
do it in
Full of
forest.
evil, nasty.
It's to protect them. You want the nasty getting at the food.
Just the, you're limiting your agricultural yield.
Indeed, you are. And we'll see that when we get to the cities.
Was there anything else? Could I just perception check the kitchen and the food? See if there's any sign of poisoning or.
Yeah, you can have a look through that.
Can you help her do that?
Yeah, absolutely. So help action. You do a perception check.
That'll be a
If you get
23.
20.
Finally, I rolled above it.
Nope.
And don't help.
Yeah, help action is quite difficult at
Yeah.
these lower levels. Remember, your proficiency is increased by 1 every level. So once you get to that level 3, help starts being a lot more viable.
3.
23.
My first good roll of the campaign.
Nice, level 7 success if you're interested. You don't identify any poisons. It's kind of difficult to tell with month-old food. Yes, some meat is fiber, there's worms in it and that. The bread is twice stale and mouldy. Nothing unusual except there's just a little something that's odd. You'd expect someone, even someone living comfortably here, you'd think they'd have some more non-perishables. There'd be jerky, there'd be double cakes, there'd be nuts, there'd be that sort of stuff that lasts a bit harder. It just doesn't seem to be in here.
Does it look like there's storage where that might have been stored?
Yeah, you saying that, you look at it, you see there's an empty glass container at the top with some walnut husks around it. You see there's what looks to be a large paper bag that would have contained some dried meats and that sort of thing. It seems to
Glad you intended on going a pretty
be
decent
noted
journey.
absolutely.
Mordred will point
This
to the
is
stuff.
this not a barracks or something. It's just,
It's attached to the town treasury.
okay. So who would normally dwell
the treasurer.
here?
guy
This
we're
is actually
looking
his house.
This is his house.
Oh,
yeah,
I
this would
thought
be
it
the-
was just his place of work, so I didn't
No.
realise he actually.
No,
lived
this
here.
is this
Yeah,
is
no,
his
it's
like
kind of
domicile
an
off the side.
he might have like another house in town, but this is sort of the domicile that he's staying at.
Okay.
This is number 11 Downing Street.
Like
Yeah.
like an on-site caretaker.
Yeah, okay. No, I understand that. I just was.
Confused.
I sort of thought it was just a functional place rather than a place you'd actually live.
No, you have a big sort of bedroom, little kitchenette with a bit of food attached. This would be probably like in the attic space of one of the front buildings. Yep. Big. As you're kind of looking around now that this place is past you think to yourself, that's a little odd as you look across the room, and you notice that the window is slightly cracked ajar. Whereas in the illusion it was very particularly closed and locked.
Ah, cool. Can I make an investigation check on that?
Yeah, absolutely. Now,
Can
you
I-
can't because investigation
Oh,
checks
sorry.
don't exist to Pathfinder.
Like
You can do a
perception.
perception
Can
check.
I cast guidance on Bigby as
Absolutely, you can. That's +1, I believe.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Okay, so it'll be a 17.
17, yeah. You look over. So this is on the 3rd floor. So this is high up the ground. No one was like sneaking in through here. But as you look over, there's a little a streak of a different colour on the wood of the bottom window ledge. And as you look over, it seems like the varnish of this wood's been kind of torn away by something sliding over, probably something metallic. You don't quite, with a 17, put together what that could mean, but there's something going on here.
Okay.
Could the rest of us check that out if Bigby's going to share that with something?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have a crack at just a straight perception check, or you can tell me, or you can try and be a bit more specific in what you're like looking for or trying to put together.
So it's the varnish has been scraped away by something metallic.
Seems to be something metal would have done. Yeah. Rubbing wood over wood wouldn't do this.
Can I roll survival to see whether or not I can see any evidence of a track or a trail, or to determine, what might have gone down? Again, 27.
In
I got a 23 to help.
That'll be it now.
23,
That's all
help, that
my.
makes that a
All your
28.
crits.
That's all my crits out for the week. That
Incredible.
is bloody hell.
Teamwork.
You are rolling
Teamwork
That
makes the
one's actually
dream
level
work.
18 success, which is incredible. You two have a look over at this. You also notice just on the outside of the building that the paint has been slightly faded away, kind of straight lining down the building. And you think that this was likely caused by a metal hook and a rope. And put together that this could very well have been a grappling hook thrown up onto this window ledge that someone would have then climbed up, presumably, and entered in here.
Could it have also been someone climbing out with the hook?
Could have been. Would be odd to use a hook and not just tie it to the bed or something sturdy in the room. It could be.
Drizella sees Bigby puzzling over this and goes, This metal here, this is a hook. It was thrown through this window from the outside, pulled. That's this metal here. Somebody climbed up in through this window.
Okay.
She goes back to counting the pills that she's acquired.
Do you have like a Sherlock Holmes hat?
Yeah, first part hole in
Oh,
it. Where I shot with them out.
that's right.
Question: is there any buildings opposite this window?
No, you see.
It's better to have an arrow hole in your hat than in your head.
Away, there is what looks to be a small
So it's
church
not
or
like
a
someone
chapel.
could have done it from another window across the street.
Give me
That's basically what
a
it is.
thievery check.
Okay.
Nope.
You're not sure, but that is a question you could maybe ask someone with more experience in that area.
What were you looking at?
See if there's like a window across the way that someone could have, thrown it out from.
Oh yeah.
So has it come up from the street or
I'll
across
go over to
from...
Nick, and I'll say, you've had some experience getting into streets and somewhat successfully getting out of them.
Maybe once or twice.
Do you think someone could have gotten into this window from any other building?
Can I have a
Should
look?
thievery check,
Thievery.
which is such a fun idea for a skill.
Yeah. Whoa, yeah, I'm probably not going to know myself 9.
9. You were at sea. You didn't really deal with buildings very much.
How many stories
Can
are
I
they?
make a law architecture?
Oh.
Okay.
Absolutely make an architecture.
Nice.
Who doesn't
Oh,
know
for
that?
fuck's sake.
I'll remind you all that you have hero points, 2 of them each.
So,
Oh,
Bugger, I'm using
I'll
one.
use my hero point. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Roll
Much
save.
better. Natural 20 for 23.
You've got a +7 to architecture, so if you roll above 5, you still might hit
I
something.
did roll a
anyone back there later?
You roll a 5?
No, not on me.
Just 12.
Can I borrow this, Emma?
So
Mind you, when you have the
Oh,
hero
you-
point, you have to take the second roll.
you take the higher of them.
Okay, good. Yeah, so that's 12.
Okay, so with the 12, you identify that the opposing building is
I recommend it.
the same height, roughly. So it's a 4-story tall building.
Yeah.
With that 20, what did you say?
23. It was a natural 20.
Crit 23. You might not know buildings well, but you do know ropes.
Yeah.
Bread and butter of sailing. You notice that once you start mentally picturing it in your mind as a crow's nest on a different ship, absolutely someone could have thrown a
tied-
grappling out of the opposite window, over the street, hooked into here, and used it to get into.
Can I ask, in terms of this building, where are we talking? Which side are we?
So
you know,
you're looking out this window here into one of the windows.
Well,
of this
Is that some
chapel.
sort of a church or?
It's probably more of like a chapel. It's quite small, but yeah, a religious one of some description.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know much about buildings, but, if that... And I'll point over at the building on this side.
Mhm.
If that was the crow's nest of one ship, you could throw a grappling hook over here. Yeah, you could do that.
Oh man, it looks too far away.
Let's have a look.
I've
See
thrown a
if there's
grappling
any
hook further
evidence.
than that.
But someone might have seen something.
What if they did it at night? Really, right before the sun come up?
You do also notice that there aren't a lot of housing around here. Immediately to the east
If-
is farmland,
If there was no...
and the nearest thing is the basilisk.
If there was no one about,
Is
they probably wouldn't
the
even hear the grappling hook land.
All right,
I mean, we're pretty far away from everybody over here.
Maybe we should go and have a look
go
at it.
doorknob.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good idea.
All right, Sherlock Bigby, you're in the lead for this one. This is your area of expertise.
We'll go.
What are we doing?
We're going to go over to check out the little chapel thing.
You head over to the Raggedy Pundalizilia of the Heart-Found Fool,
Yeah.
otherwise known as the Mouthful to the locals.
I love that.
Okay.
The locals tend to call it the Fool's House. As you head over, the other church in town is quite large, it's relatively well maintained, it's had visible repairs. This place is, called the Raggedy for a reason. It is definitely not in its best condition. There's a couple of noticeable holes in the roof. A pigeon flies out of the roof of the building as you come near.
Mordred's a bit spooked by the pigeon.
Who knocks on the door?
I will.
You see the door opens and you see before you a figure dressed in what were once quite resplendent purple robes. Now look about third hand by the look of them. They have a face of white makeup with strange kind of black and blue patching on it that you... anyone who wants to give me a religion check.
I got no skill.
Fuck it now.
I'm really good at religion. I'm good at...
Remembering that your DCs for this are very different to D&D, so unless it's a single-digit number, tell me. Because a 10 will still tell you information.
Dirty 20.
Beautiful.
What is it over again?
Religion.
You would recognise this makeup as one of the acolytes of the Fools. The Fool being a dwarf Madonna similar to the Faceless Soldier that you follow, or the Three-Faced Lady that a lot of the witches of the North. The Fool is another similar type of character. Almost. You see, they open the door, hands went to clench in prayer and say, "Ah, how can I help you, my children?"
Pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'll take it from the top up.
They give a little, quite a deep bow, close their eyes, and lean back up.
Joseph Big B's my name, and I'm here to investigate some stuff. I'm on a case, and it seems that this establishment may have been used.
Oh, indeed. My name is Fool Seller Out. I would be most happy to assist you in any way I can.
Thank you. Could you guide us up to the top floor where that window is?
I'm afraid the stairs to the higher levels have been broken for some time, and they kind of step back through the doorway, and you can see that indeed the tower that would lead to that, the stairs are completely ruined. They sit in a broken pile at the bottom.
Oh, well, that's
Access to them
inconvenient.
is much happening. You are welcome if you can find a way up there to take a look, though I would risk you. The building is sadly not as secure as it once was.
Hey, Bigby, that seems awfully convenient, doesn't it?
Little love has been given to our small establishment in some time. There are few fools who still travel the world.
What does the staircase look like?
So, if you imagine a spiral wooden staircase going up a tower, it's just crumbled down. There's a pile of broken stairs at the bottom of a big tower.
Can I
Anyone
make
with sufficient climbing skills, that's an acrobatics check.
Can I make an architectural check
You
to
most certainly can.
see if
Got a lot
I
of mileage on this.
With my knowledge of ship working, could I take a look at the wood to see if there's been any tool marks, whether it's been cut or whether it's just
Yeah.
natural degradation?
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
Be a better climb.
I'm sorry, climb is an athletics check, not an acrobatics check.
No,
So
my
it's an
athletics,
18.
my athletics are pretty good.
Pardon?
18?
18. Yeah, these sorts of stairs don't fall in a big pile at the bottom of the tower. That's not how that happens.
Yeah.
You've probably blown down one of these before. This is ridiculous.
25.
With a 25, you don't identify tool marks, but similar thing. This doesn't look like what would happen with natural wear and tear.
Does it look like it's happened recently?
Yeah.
Yes, between the two of
Okay.
you, that's definitely fun.
Cool.
Can I send Sean?
You certainly can. Sean is a cat.
Yes.
Wonderful. Can you give us an athletics check for your familiar? So you should have it stats there, I think.
I have abilities.
Got climber, which is...
Oh, you've got climb. Hold on, climb it for a second. I might just give it a climb speed. Gives it a climb speed. No check necessary.
Pong, it'll go straight up.
Sean just walks up and just
Straight up.
You see, as that happens, the fool, the person met with the door, looks a little oddly at the familiar and says, "An interesting animal you keep."
She is good company.
You see you hear a noise from upstairs of Sean. You understand that they found something.
Yeah. And can I see what it can see or not yet?
I don't think so. Let me check.
Like a higher level ability or something.
You might be able to, though. Blah, 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 blah. Familiar.
They should be able to communicate with you over a distance.
You can communicate with it. It's whether you can see through its eyes.
Oh, whether they've got that Pact of the Chainkeeper ability that Warlocks has.
Or something.
That's the straight rule for all familiars in D&D, but I don't think it is Pathfinder. No, it doesn't seem that you can see.
But it can tell you.
Yeah, you
All right. Well, wait. I'll call it down.
Yeah, calls down. Sean doesn't speak, do they?
Just meows.
You see Sean communicates to you that up there is a full kit of gear. There are grappling hooks, there are crowbars, there are plans of buildings, there are two people who are standing in the corner in leather armor trying to be really quiet, which gave the cat a really odd look.
So there's people up there.
Two people up there, yes.
I'll
See, as the cat is doing this, you see just a bead of sweat going through a marring makeup.
I'll call DS Big B over for
Drizella, with the religion check before, you would know that the actual makeup that clerics of the Fool wear would not run with sweat. It would be made with sand and all sorts of environments. This person is probably a fake, is your...
Okay, I'll sort of whisper it to Big B so he knows what to
Hold
say.
on. I have an ability for this.
You don't necessarily know what's happening just yet, Nick, but...
But I can see he's nervous, yeah, like the bead of sweat. Would I be able to pick up on that?
Give me a ability check.
Or perception.
I would
were you
like.
going to say something as well?
Yeah,
Drizella's
give us a perception check.
Drizella's going to say has the quality of the fool's adornments gone down in recent times?
The perception check was...
17.
You can pick up that they're nervous, you probably can't walk forward. When you ask that, Drizella, you see their eyes just flick up for a minute, looking upstairs back to you and say, budget cuts? The donation box doesn't get much use? No? Alright, come inside. And they step aside and invite you.
Okay. I'm gonna do a pointed question.
That's a mechanical
Action. Yeah, that's one of my things. So I'm gonna ask a question that either charms or needles someone just the right way. And I'm gonna ask them. Tempting just to ask them, where is Thori Black? I think I'm just gonna do that. Yeah, where is he?
Yeah, for sure. The creature...
So I make a roll.
a diplomacy.
Yeah, a diplomacy check against their
Will DC.
will DC. Yeah. Far out. I can't roll above a 10
We
to
need a
one.
new dice.
Do you want to use a hero point?
Yeah.
They are immune to this afterwards, so now would be the
Yeah.
time to use it.
Okay, I'll use a hero point. I'll change my dice.
Because that will make all the difference.
It might. Nope. Fuck.
Okay, David.
Okay.
You're sitting in David's chair, you're taking over spot.
What did I roll? 7.
I haven't started my back
So,
conversation.
what was I doing again?
Pointed
Diplomacy.
question.
So that's a 10.
10?
Yeah.
I am afraid that is a critical fail.
Okay, so the target can refuse to answer you as normal, and its attitude towards you decreases by
Oh,
1
no.
step due to the aggravation attention.
Oh god.
Can I, friend?
Where are we? What are we doing?
Where?
He's a-
He's a fake creature.
You can take the assistance you can, but otherwise that has happened.
I don't know, we should just kill this
Do you want a new set of dice?
guy.
That can make all the difference.
Because Christmas is almost here.
Yeah.
Would be the
No,
first
I'm
time.
offering some right now. Do you want some
I mean-
new dice?
Yeah, he's got
I got
plenty to
more.
choose from.
I'm-
Those ones have not done you much
No,
good.
they really haven't.
Not tonight. They sometimes do.
You see, they, as they're inviting you in, they kind of step back in front of the doorway and say, on second thought, perhaps you should stay outside. I haven't seen the treasurer since they disappeared a week ago, and I'll have several people attest to my whereabouts at the time. They actually take a step forward and close the door of the chapel behind them, standing outside with the 6 of you.
Oh,
And say, I'm afraid that we just simply don't know what's going on, and I'll thank you to leave us to our, leave me to my establishment.
Something's fishy.
Bye bye.
Is there an insight?
And kind of wave you away.
Can I?
You can try to tell if they're lying, absolutely.
Can I know if there's any words?
I know they're lying.
Nick will spin around and go, well, geez, you changed your demeanour real quick, didn't you? What's your problem with everybody?
I think the door's slammed, isn't it?
No, he's
so
outside talking
they're
to us.
outside with you.
Yeah.
They're kind of just telling you.
Drizella is going to walk right up to this
Perception
dude.
check to see if they're lying.
This right up to this dude.
Mhm.
And run one slightly creepy fingernail through their makeup.
It just moves away with no effort, which does not sit with you.
And then intimidating glare in an attempt to demoralize.
Yep, give us the check for demoralize.
So that would be, well, it would be 21 against Will.
21 against will. 21 would be a success. We'll call that for the check they've just done as well.
Okay.
Boy, I need a bigger screen for the tabs I've got open. That's you don't have anything special to demoralize you. That's just the
So I can demoralize with a mere glare as an intimidation. It just
that takes their deception down to a 14. You said you rolled a 20. 26. That's a crit success.
Nice.
So here's the thing: they do not know where Fairy Black is, but they clearly know that they're not just missing. This person has information relevant to what's going on, but you don't feel like they've murdered Fairy Black. With a crit success on that, you also realize quite certainly this is not a priest of the food by any thing. Certainly,
It's just someone pretending to do.
it is indeed just an enemy. The other thing you realise as it happens is this person has a reaction they can take when they click fail deception check, which allows them to take a movement action. They also have a class move. As you see, this person looks at you as they say that, knows what's happened, and says, may the fool's blessing be upon all of you. At which point they throw down a smoke bomb as a puff of cloud. Can I get a fortitude save for everyone, please?
Please.
Oh, God.
I rolled over 10.
Beautiful.
14.
30, 20.
This
Maradona would probably tap
14,
Bigby's shoulder
fail.
and kind of
Dirty
whisper
20.
that.
Success.
Kind of tell him all of that.
Jesse?
17.
Failure.
18.
Failure. Failure.
Dirty 20.
Success. Those of you who failed are slowed 1, so you only have 2 actions on this turn.
Mhm.
As you
That's
are
fine.
coughing and spluttering. As you see, they pull out a grappling hook, throw it to the window 3 stories above them, and scurry up the side of the building.
How far away from me is he?
By the end of it, they're out of line of sight and in the building.
Okay.
We probably won't roll initiative yet, unless people want to do certain things. But otherwise, what are people's actions?
Can I just ask, is it possible to maybe go to this house here?
You absolutely could do that. Yeah, that would be
Or
a
is it
small...
better to worry about until after whatever we're doing?
There's probably something happening right this instant that's probably
Yeah.
more, but you could definitely go to that house.
Alright,
in the future,
we
yeah.
may not need to, so let's just...
I'm going to cast Message
Mhm.
as a cantrip
Mhm.
into the mind of the fleeing fate. That goes, we know you don't have him, but we know you know information. We strongly suggest that somebody shares some information before we raise this place to the ground with you inside it.
And you have to speak that, yes?
Give us an intimidation.
Is that
I
telepathy?
mouth it, and
I
I mouth the words, and instead of coming out of my mouth, they're transferred directly to the ears of the target within 120 feet.
None of you hear that. Reading lips is a particular ability, I'm afraid, so no, you cannot.
I was just reading about reading lips, actually.
It's not a bad investment in this because there are a lot of spells that have that sort of effect. You get a response, which is fine, I'll play ball, nothing comes for free. You then see lowering down from the window of the 3rd floor a bucket attached to a rope. Lowers down in front of the 6th.
What the hell is this bucket for?
He wishes to share information, but information has a price, apparently.
Oh, of course it does.
Can I fit in the bucket?
Nice. We'll
No.
pay you with the gnome.
How much
Have
is a
the-
gnome worth?
Have this gnome.
Ask him how much he wants. Tell him to keep it reasonable.
I cast message and go, what particular payment, short of keeping your flesh attached to your skeleton, are you looking for?
Hi there. Simple meher,
Mhm.
simple needs. 5 gold should suffice.
Fuck off. What did he say?
Tell him he's
What did he say?
5 gold.
That is going to immediately enrage Nick, because that's extortion. And he's going to walk up and punch the door
Cool. Give me an.
as a spell strike.
Do you have that yet?
I have. Oh no, I
You're
can't
in
do
level
that.
1.
I can't do that. He's just going to punch the door.
Yep.
Because he can.
Sustain 1 damage.
Yeah, this door's very solid.
Yeah, you know.
The building
He's just
is
pissed off.
weakening, the door is solid.
He's just pissed off.
Can I walk up to Nick and I'll say, let's not start any more fights. We've had enough.
You see
today.
the
Oh,
broken
no, I'm
target
gonna
moves up
kill
and
this
down a little bit to cause it to prompt a bit.
Oh no, I'm going to kill this motherfucker.
Valid.
Oh dear. There's nothing I find funnier than asking this table of people for a scrap of money. Just the smallest sliver.
Yeah,
I
but you
have
said
two
gold.
gold.
You said gold is worth platinum here.
It's worth
Yeah.
a lot. This isn't a small
None
amount
of
of
us
money.
have gold.
Yeah,
No,
you
I feel like
were
it's
given-
silver.
You
Oh.
were given 40 gold at the end of last session.
Where?
Have you not
That
that
was
many
silver.
Can we not
40
just...
Silver.
gold. Yeah, I thought you
40
were.
silver, sorry.
40
Yeah,
silver, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Which is full gold.
I'm going to
Yeah, well,
I'm going to message and go, you jest. I will give you 10 silver and promise not to torch your home with you inside it and flay your flesh from your bones.
Give me an intimidation check.
If this was D&D, it'd be with an advantage.
Is still, well, we have the version of that, which is this person is still demoralized.
He's still demoralized.
And you're also going to have a +2 circumstance bonus, so I have a total of 3 on top of it.
So 13 plus 4 is 17.
17 total?
Yeah.
You see, they say, burn the place, we could use the insurance money. 15 silver.
I think we ought
10 silver now and another 5 when you have given us some useful information.
I can't spell strike with my fists right now.
Oh, good.
Can I put 2 silver? That's all I have in the bucket.
You put your
Oh,
only
because
2 silver
you
on
didn't take any money, did you?
the bucket.
Yeah.
Arcane fist just gives me my abilities.
I will pay you if you give us information. I will show
Maradol put the rest of the
willing.
silver in.
I will show willing. I will give you 10 now and
I put 2.
a further
She's
10
asking for 15.
if you give us sufficient
I'll throw
information.
some silver.
Agreed.
Fine.
Right.
Cool.
I make up the 10.
I drop 5
I'll
silver.
throw some silver.
Wait,
Save
how
it.
much?
Hold on.
Save it. I'll put 5 in.
Okay. So
You still need 3 more silver.
I'll put 3.
I've got 2.
You've put in 2.
Yep.
And 5 makes 7, and 3 makes 10.
and I'll put up the other 10 if they give us sufficient information. Otherwise, I'll flens him.
Wonderful.
If he
We
doesn't
can
come
split
come
up
through,
5-5.
I'm going up.
That's your-
I'm going up there and I'm punching him square in the fucking face.
Woodred has
That would
6
work
copper
too.
in his
Leave,
pouch.
leave his face on until I punch him.
You see the bucket
Then you can take it off.
moves up in the sky, and you will have standing there on the street.
We've just been robbed.
Okay. Now I'm
And
still.
then,
Oh,
with a poignant pause between them, not just for comedic effect, you see like an eye slot sort of thing opens on the door. You hear the voice of the false priest from inside says, "Alright, how much do you know?"
Well, we know that Wait up, we don't want to give away too much information.
You're the one supposed to be giving us information here.
Yeah, the information I can give you is relative to what you already know. I can tell you Thori is not missing.
Okay. Where is he?
We don't know.
Okay.
Who's
Isn't
talking?
that kind of the definition of missing?
Well,
That you
oh,
don't know
sorry.
where he is?
Well, alright. Alright.
Good logic there. Good logic.
Or the logic and reasoning.
I need you to understand really quickly that if you try to attack me when I open this door, it won't end well for you.
Alright.
And then you hear a locking sound, sliding of metal.
Can I
sliding
ready
of
an
metal,
action
sliding
for if
of metal.
anyone? Is that a thing I can do?
Yep.
For if anyone takes a violent action, can I ready a spell?
Yep, what spell?
It's going to be. Hang on. Sorry, I'm just.
The moment he does
Force
something,
mercy.
Force mercy, sure thing.
the moment he pulls something violent, I'm punching him.
You ready in action as well?
Yep.
You can't take other actions while you're holding them, just
Nope.
so you both know. Door opens, and you see again. So,
Like Nick's sitting there cracking his knuckles. He's ready to go.
Alright, Rose?
Yeah, it's whacked me one of my worst bruises on the leg of the chair as I was trying to get
Ooh.
up, and now it just like stops rubbing.
Ow.
And it's like a deep one.
You see the
I'm really getting it tonight, aren't I?
seems to have taken a cloth or something and just wiped off most of the makeup they had on their face.
What is
It is
what do
the
they look like?
They look probably in their late 30s. They've got kind of a full head of hair,
Male or
human,
female?
male,
That's male.
fairly thin, an average height and build.
Hmm.
They're in this old priest robes. So they kind of stand there for a second, make sure everything's cool, and they take a step back and say, oh, come in and have a seat.
Okay, we'll come in. Let's see.
Yeah, you go. You see the various, what were once pews seem to be put around tables that have card games on them that look like people playing poker here.
Oh, yeah.
And they say, come sit. Right. What road did you take to come here?
We were looking at the
Alright, cool, that's fine.
thing across the
Were
road.
they talking about actual words?
So, you get the feeling there was some significance to that, but without it, you could do maybe a society check to try to work out what that was, but it's going to be difficult to know. They breeze on
That's
quite
about
quickly.
one. Something not very
Cool.
high.
With a critical fail society check, you think that this person is an amateur map maker and is trying to tell if you've been to areas that they don't know about.
13.
13, you're not quite sure. I'll actually let you use your underworld warfare.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's up to 19.
That's up to 19.
Yeah.
This sounds to you like the sort of thing people would use to see if you're in on something. What sort of, some sort of harmless question. What road have you travelled? How was the weather?
It's
for
a
you? And there's
to
a
gauge
correct-
whether you're in on it or not.
Exactly, and there is a correct response to which, well, we came from over there is not the correct response. So they know you're not in the same people as they are. What that means exactly, with a 19, you're not sure. You see that they continue and say, Thori Black is, as far as we can tell, dead.
Okay.
We can't show you the one.
Okay.
But we can help you find it. All we need is the 3 keys
No.
that open it.
Ah,
Our
So
cost of helping you is
so that's
you
why
need to
you-
give us 5 minutes alone.
Yeah.
So-
not likely.
so that's why you use the grappling hook to go across the other building, isn't it?
Nope, that was so we could unlock his private chains.
What were you trying to do that?
We wanted him dead.
You wanted him dead.
So was
But
it
you
you?
see
He
it.
was already.
Was it you lot that killed him, or was it someone else?
One person. I didn't.
So he was already gone when you got there.
When I have visited that place most recently, he was dead, yes.
Okay.
No, I said question. Mordred kind of innocently goes, "Is this because you're crooked men?"
Give me a society check first.
Because Officer Bradley told us that.
And
No,
Wait,
I've had some.
This has different results.
6.
6.
wait, what are you doing? Society?
Society, yes. Are you doing a help action? Or?
Well, what were you asking?
If they're crooked men, because we know that the.
I can help with this.
Yep, sorry, you can.
Okay. So what am I rolling to help?
You can use
Like help system?
no, society.
Society. It would
16.
be heraldry or
That's not sufficient to help, I'm afraid. No, I'm afraid not.
that's an 18 on the dice plus a 5.
That
So
is sufficient to help. That brings you up to 6 to 7. With a 7.
something.
It's
It's progress.
It is
the second best roll I've rolled all night.
You see, with the 7, you see they look to you and they say, a what?
Nick's giving Mordred a side eye.
For those who are, the Crooked Men are a criminal network who exist throughout.
That's why Nick's giving the side eye. It's like, how do you know
You
that?
would have heard of them. Most people would have heard of them. In the general guise of like, don't mess with Crooked Men. They're known for lending money. That's what their biggest thing. They lend money and they
No, they're brokers.
loan sharks. Is probably the term. But yeah, brokers.
So how is Thory Black stealing money from him?
We had an arrangement under which they would give us a certain portion of finances, and they did deliver on their.
So it was a protection racket then.
No, it was a protection plan. Very safe.
You?
No, we meant Thory Black. No ill will. He was making some money.
Until he started stealing from you.
Precisely.
Okay. When was the last time you saw Thory Black alive?
Saw about a week ago.
Okay. That's
When did he
fine.
die?
What an intel.
So that's
3
after.
weeks ago.
So that's after the spell was cast.
About a month ago.
How did you
So
see
who's
if he was
been-
dead?
How did you see him alive a week ago if you've been dead a month?
That's the question. We are not entirely sure what's happened. We brought in a independent to see to some work that we needed done.
Oh, is he the one that taught you how to toss a room, is he?
Other way around. They were meant to deal with the treasurer. Thought they had. 2 days later, treasurer shows up.
Do you think someone might have been posing as the treasurer?
Damn good disguise if it is. Person we got sure wasn't 4 foot tall and a bearded dwarf.
Who was that somebody?
In the interest of our professional relationship with this person, I'd rather not say.
Fair enough.
But as far as we can tell, they've skipped him.
Okay.
Now, what I'd like is for all of us to get something out of this. You, I assume, are being paid by the People's Committee.
Yes.
I'm sure I don't need to tell you that we'd rather not they know what's happened here.
Mm-hmm.
But you need a body, and we would like to get into that body.
I thought you had a body.
Well, we will have a body. Same difference.
What are you talking about? No, that was me outside the character. That was me
you're
because it came in.
entirely correct.
Came
They
in
did
halfway through.
No, you're entirely correct.
What do you
They
want?
did say we have a body, and now they're saying we will have a body.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I think I get it.
As long as it's not one of our bodies.
Of course not. None of your rules.
Yeah.
What do you want in the vault?
It's full of coins
Yeah.
and treasures, money, and coins.
And you think they're not going to know if we've handed over some keys?
But if you give them back,
How much
Do you
money
know where the
and what
keys
cut
are?
would we get?
you would get whatever you're being paid by the People's Committee.
Well, if we're helping you clean out a vault,
An
I think
extortionate
we,
amount.
we should get a little bit to help you out there.
So here's what we're going to do. You give us the keys. We will go and unlock the safe. We put the body we will have in the safe. So we found the body in the safe. We grab the money. We leave. Everybody's happy.
Oh, and you're going to make it look like whoever killed him cleaned it out?
Precisely.
I think we'd need some of the money that you're collecting
Yeah,
from the safe
we need
too.
some
to make
security.
I mean,
Well,
silence is expensive, isn't it?
We've got the keys and you don't.
This is correct. We have the body.
We could always find it.
Well, we
I-
did. How many bodies did we leave out there?
Wait, DM, can I? Is this actually Thory Black's body that they've got?
Unclear.
We'd need to know it's actually his body first.
Well, that's going to be unfortunate, isn't it?
So first you said you had a
You
body.
could-
Now you're saying you don't have a body.
you could
but
be
you will
lying
have
to
a
us.
body. Where's this
That's
body
good.
that you've got?
Well, it's not. I don't know.
Well, you see, if it was
Where are you
me,
storing it?
if it was me, I'd just find a dwarf, kill one, maim them horribly, maybe burn them a little, and
rip
then
off their face, cut off their hands.
that kind of thing, and then
People of this town ain't the most intelligent, but
Put
the
them-
vicar is going to work out pretty quick whether or
It's not
not
the first time I've faked someone. I faked a
Say
body
that?
before.
Sorry.
The people of this town aren't exactly the brightest, but the vicar does have the skills to identify a body from magic.
I know
We
what
have
you
ways
mean.
around it.
Big B's
Oh.
just like rubbing his forehead, regretting bringing.
So,
these
so,
idiots.
so you're not a way around. You're not a way around the vicar's magic to find out whether it's the right body. So you don't actually have Thor's body, do you? You have a body.
Once
At
again,
this
we're
point,
not
I don't even
exactly
think they have a body.
Yeah,
This information that you've given us is sufficient. I do appreciate it. We will honour our deal. Are you chipping in for the?
Oh, yeah,
tour?
I'll give
yeah.
you that.
I'll give
We'll
5 and you
consider
give
your
5,
offer.
and then we'll
Wonderful.
give it. Thank you for your help. We're going to be on our way.
As a professional courtesy, if you're going to stab us in the back and turn us into people's committee, let us know and we'll get out of town instead. No one needs to get
Okay.
hurt.
Can
Yeah.
I say?
We're just trying to do a polite bit of lust. You know what I mean?
I
Merida's not too keen about this whole thing.
don't
I-
want to let you into the vault, but I'm also not a rat, so I'm not going to delve you into
Look.
the committee.
We can respect.
Right, I've travelled in similar circles to you.
You're right.
We'll keep your name out of the report, okay?
Indeed.
Can I say
Mainly
to
'cause
them,
it'll make
I
it-
dealt
mainly
very
because it'll make
differently
us look bad.
outside of the other wall.
Yeah, can I say to them? I think you should leave town anyway, just to be safe. I'll look at Drizella a bit. And then
Oh yeah, there's
walk
that
off.
whole thing's happening.
Oh yes, forgot that in the recap. There is the Shattuck Order, a bunch
Oh,
of Shadow
yeah.
Knights have warned Drizella something's going to happen. Get out of town. They then amended that to someone is stalling our plans and asked her to kill Lewis Short, the head of the People's Committee. I don't think Drizella was too keen on that. Question mark?
No.
Drizella plays cards close to chest.
Emma, yes. Drusilla.
Drusella, we pays for 10 silver.
Yeah.
Are we
Right.
leaving?
Yeah,
You see they silver. You see they test it. Yeah, good. So very well. You see they go over to a small makeup thing and start reapplying their fake bruises.
I message into his head as we are leaving. Before the sun sets tomorrow, many will survive, none unchanged. You may wish the People's Committee to be short of a chairperson.
You get back their reply. We stay clear of the People's Committee, though I know who you serve, they are not who I follow.
I
We
warn.
appreciate the warning.
Okay.
Wonderful. You head out.
I don't say anything to these.
Can I, while I do that, what sort of day is it actually?
It's getting late into the afternoon. Probably about 4:30 by now.
I might ask Sean to like stay out of sight, keep an eye on these guys,
Yeah, sure.
and then I'll say to them, any sign of danger, get out of there, and if they do stick down, just follow them safely, and
Yeah.
then once they're out of like in the forest, just let them go and come back. And
Yeah, for sure. Sean peters off from you, stalks the place.
it'd be nice fishing it.
It's
Rat
a little bit
maybe.
faster. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's everyone up to?
Why is everyone in this fucking town shady as shit?
I don't know, something in half alright.
At least nobody's bears.
Bigby, you know, Burton's
Like,
lumberyard.
I'm used to
over
hanging
the
around shady
south
people,
end,
but at least we're
has
upfront
the
about
third
it.
key.
yeah, that's where I want to go.
Yeah.
I'm
Go
used
get that third key.
I'm used to hanging around some
We
shady
know
people,
what
but
the key is.
we're all upfront about it.
It's at the lumberyard.
The lumberyard. You go. The lumberyard is probably the most industrial place around here. There's a little cloud of smoke brewing from one of the chimneys. Quite a number of workers, probably about 20 or so people out and about, cutting wood, carving it big bow saws, getting branches off trees, great big chisels and axes to split them in half and that sort of thing, and then feed them into the lumberyard where they're cut into sort of measured wood. You see Orson Burton out the front.
As we're traveling towards the lumberyard,
Mhm.
can I just be extra aware and check behind me a bunch of times to make sure that no one from the raggedy place is following us?
Yeah, for sure. Give us a perception check.
Oh, really?
Keep in mind, I've got Sean.
That's an 11.
You don't see anyone if they are.
Right. Anyway, continue with what you're saying.
You
We are
see.
absolutely being followed.
What's their name? Somewhere. Burton's not good. I think I said Orson Burton. That sounds about right.
Yes.
I've got it in my notes.
There we go, Orson Burton. You see him kind of out the front. He's a kind of short man, bald, also human. Kind of red shirt, blue overall type's got a kind of half-chewed cigarette, unlit in his mouth. He's kind of looking out over the work people are doing and nodding along.
I'll go up to him and introduce myself, same sort of way. Take
Yeah,
off
for
my
sure.
top with a hole in it.
You see, he was there during the company's you're looking to get into the Voltide.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
I am.
Indeed. Now, I expect you'll have guards around while you're doing that. Town officials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably a good idea.
Good. You see, he seems to have it in his pocket ready. Puts up the key and says, "There you go. Don't do anything stupid."
Sweet, thank you.
That was easy.
You were told he was agreeable.
Yeah.
It was agreeable in his
So
help.
the farmer was the only real proper person in the equation. You dealt with last session.
Okay.
Mr. Burton.
Hi.
The timber the trees that you bring in to turn into timber.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have your own access gate to the forest, or do you use the common access?
No, we have our own exit way, and you see he shows you over to quite a secure wooden. It's almost like if you've got the wall, there's a triangle of wood cut out from it. Sometimes a double gate can open and close with great big catches on the side, much more secure than the other two gates. So we only open it in cutting season.
Who has access to it?
Myself, a couple of the guards, most of the people's committee if they need. The only physical keys that were held by myself and one of the guard captains, Brad.
Okay.
We had some problems.
Oh, just curious.
Well, a bit of curiosity. We used to do tours of the lumberyard, actually, but kind of dropped off with the less tourist life going on in the north right
Get my big smiling hat on.
now. The Camelon War has been raging for the last 20 or so years between Camelot and Avalon.
Yeah, well, a war is not exactly good for business.
No, if it,
I mean, it's good for steel and lumber, because everyone needs wood and steel. But
indeed-
tourism, not so much.
No, not so much. Very few people coming from the west these days. Everyone's already further south or east. A lot on the road. But
Do you use mechanized saws or the more manual type?
no, not here. We've talked about getting it done, but every time we get an agent to look at it, it's just not worth it. And no river nearby to run them.
Yes. Alright, fair enough.
Kind of wonderful.
If you know any cheap spellcasters around, we could certainly use their work. But such things don't just grow on trees.
At the word spellcaster, Nickel shudder.
I think we should go back to the people's council.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So you now have the 3 keys. You can now open that vault in the big box if you wanted to.
Let's open that vault.
Well, we have to. You said, I'm pretty sure last week you said that the 3 keys unlocks like a little vault inside
Yes.
the town.
Three- yes,
Gets
sorry,
you
3
the
keys.
Spare key.
You head back to the town hall.
Mhm.
With there is quite a small
So
safe.
you need 3
Yeah.
keys to
3
get the spare
keys.
key for the vault.
Opens up, spare key to the vault.
Cool. I'll ask I'll go visit the head of the
Chairperson.
the chairperson guy
See
and see if he wants
Lewis
to.
Short.
He was short.
If he's got any spare, knows where some spare guards can come
You see, he says,
escort us to.
To make sure we're on the up and up.
you see, he says, a marvelous idea. In fact, if you're opening it now, I might come along.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. And you see, comes along, brings 2 guards who are kind of stationed at the town hall. And you
Cool.
head back to the big box.
Yeah.
You head down below one of the large storage rooms to an enormous cast iron vault door, I think. one or two of you tried to pick it a while ago.
We all
Yeah.
tried.
Yeah,
We all
it's,
tried.
it's a vault door.
It's
It is
pretty
a
hard to pick.
much higher DC than you guys
Maybe
did.
3 of us
Um,
did at the same time. Each,
Can
each
we?
people.
Can I make another perception check on the way to the big box to see if we're getting followed?
Yeah, certainly can. Really good.
That'll be a 16.
As you do, you notice there's this disheveled, is probably the word for it, disheveled looking dwarf. They've got what looks like was a beard, but is very patchy, kind of scrangly blonde hair. They're stooped a little bit. They've got a great big coat on it, and they kind of look at you, and they say, "You're Bigly, ain't you?"
Yeah. Do I know?
Oh, I'm a big fan. Look, what you did with them hogs in the office. Can I shake your hands?
Thank you. I'll take it.
Fortitude save as you grab their hands, as you hear a mechanical spring going off as you grab them.
Oh,
as a
shit.
spike flings out of their sleeve and through your hand and theirs.
Oh,
So that's a 22.
Did he just?
Damn!
Did he just attack?
He did indeed.
Oh,
22.
I'm a bop this.
It was
Would we recognise this
I'm gonna
person?
run in and like Superman
No,
punch.
Oh,
this is a
it's all
younger
about
dwarf.
all
They're blonde.
yeah, I heard dwarf and I was like,
Yeah, same. I was
Just
thinking
coincidentally
same
another dwarf.
thing.
We're just
Uh,
dwarfist here.
However,
This
he would
guy's
look
just
like
a-
a
They're
dwarf.
not
That's the
awesome,
pass.
guys.
You
If
still
he had
hits
no
you in the hand
flesh.
because their attack has hit, but you're not going to be clamped to them as would be intended.
Oh, okay.
You
Whoa.
only take
46 damage.
no, much less 5
5.
piercing damage. As you see, they hit with that as their first one. They then take another attack. Does a dirty 20 hit you?
Yeah.
Another 5 piercing damage. As you see, as you're pulling your hand away, they take their other, from inside their coat, pull out a dagger, right in the gut. They then bolt for it, just down the street running.
I use my dimensional assault torpedo right in front of him.
What's your range on that?
15 feet. If I was close to Big B, I can do it.
So 15 feet would get you
In front of him.
So their speed is 35 is the trick. So you can thingo 15
Like, as soon as the attack happened,
Yep.
I'd instantly teleport right beside him.
beside him when he's
Yes.
beside Big Ben.
As soon as he finishes the second knife attack,
Cool.
I'd pop straight
Knife in the
across.
gut. You pop next to him. He takes his third action, runs 35
I can
feet. You don't have opportunity attack, my friend.
it's
I'm going after him.
He has what's your speed?
25.
He has 10 foot in front of him.
Around.
I still got 2 actions.
You do?
Still got 2 actions.
Yeah, you do. So you've got
I can do 50 feet in that
50
speed.
feet. He's,
So get around and get in front of him.
He's 35 feet out. You can catch up 50 feet. You can catch up to him, but you don't have an attack action.
No, I want to get in front of him. So with the extra
You
speed.
run in front of him.
And be in his way.
Cool. Other people can take actions if they want at this point. We can roll initiative, but I suspect this is going to go a certain way. Unless anyone has means to travel quite fast, you're just not going to be able to catch this person. Is the trick.
I'm going to do my breath weapon thing.
Cool.
Blow it in.
Do you still have that? Do you need that?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, awesome.
Because it's
Shit,
from
I
my,
think that's not
it's
bad.
from my
Yeah, absolutely. You can
ancestry.
definitely attack.
From
Oh,
my
yeah, cool.
claws.
Can I cast a spell on Nick?
Yep.
I'll yell out to Nick and I'll say, "Don't kill him," and I'll cast False Mercy.
Nick,
You can choose to willingly fail this.
What, hang on, what's the save and what does it do?
It's a will save that makes your attacks non-lethal.
I was going to punch him, but
Oh, are you only using your
I was
fist?
going to spell strike.
Okay. I won't waste all
What?
your one spell slot then.
No, spell strike's an lethal attack.
Okay.
What was the save that I got to
You
beat?
can willingly fail.
No.
Okay.
I want to hit this guy.
15.
I passed.
Who are you casting it on?
Me, to stop me from killing him.
Nick, their turn, they run 105 feet. With 3 dash actions.
Why
Did
did
I
they
get
get
my-
35
did I
feet
get
and
my
move
spell
at
off
nearly
before they-
25?
before they ran?
Because that's their thing.
Did I get a chance to get that spell
I
off
can't
before
hear
they ran that 100?
Yeah, before they're 105
Okay.
on the next one. So any other.
Yeah, so I
still got
got a 21 to attack.
21 with.
You've got a way of pinning him? or stopping him from moving, I really appreciate it.
Okay,
Punch this
so
guy in the head.
Does Evo have like a
1d4.
Like a grapple
I
shot
recall
as a
you
ranger?
mentioning that last
So that's
time.
3.
So you took a different bow, didn't you?
3 cold damage.
3.
Cold
Wait,
damage.
don't you have a like spell for like grappling shot? Because I know rangers in D&D have that.
Maybe not. I may be
And it's
misspelled.
snaring shot or something.
Oh, no, that's a fire spell.
Just shoot him in the ankles.
I'm not shooting him with anything with nat ones.
You go for a shot. They take their next turn, run. They are in alleyways and they are well out of sight. You see the man.
I don't do anything to stop him. I don't attack him. But as he's just before he sort of takes off and leaves range, he hears in his head, "You will rue the day you attacked us. We will find you."
Orson Hogson sends not Orson, Peter Hogson sends his regards.
Nick will just yell, "Get back here, you little shit, so I can punch you!"
No,
Bitch.
Bloody capitalists.
Who'd you piss off?
Pigs.
Well, you should have roasted him, had him with potatoes.
You see, Lewis says, I thought your name sounded familiar. I'd heard about Hogson Brothers. But we don't have any that sort of trouble here.
Oh, I hope not. That's what I came here to try to get away from.
It seems your problems have a way of following us.
Apparently.
Very well.
Oh,
Are you all right? You need some medical attention?
I'll be all right for now. Let's go to this back vault. And I'll get some attention later.
I swear, the next person that even thinks about taking a swing at us, I'm going to knock them the fuck out.
You all head back over to the vault. Here it is.
We'll have to be sitting still or something to do treat wounds.
Yeah, that's a downtime action. That requires you to be stationed somewhere. Unless you have the food guys here as an action.
That'll, yeah, no. I get that next level.
Nice. You all head over. Big key into the safe. Click it over. You still need to manually turn the thing to open it. Anyone who wants to give me an athletics check to do that?
So who was that was just chasing us?
No idea.
Someone
Andrew
working
Wolf
for
didn't give
Peter
a name.
Hudson.
I will add some assistance because I'm pretty strong.
Peter Hogson. I wrote them down somewhere. And the other two.
Sounds like
That's a dirty 20 for athletics.
area of from your pig chasing days.
I got a 16.
Two of you turn the lock and open up to the big box vault. This is the town's treasury, the collection of their wealth and funding to see them through hard times.
What
the
do we
sweat
see?
of their brow
It's
and
empty.
labour. You
It's
see
empty.
a largely empty room. There are a couple of really noticeable things. There's a small table with next to what you quickly identify as the body of Thorny Black.
Yeah, I thought the body would be in there. That's why I was like, we're not gonna...
In the corner of the room,
That-
you see something else that is quite disturbing. It's indescribable, really. Give me a survival check, so you can work out what it is.
I knew those little shits were lying to us.
But you see this orb-shaped thing that's been cracked open. It's got strings of material connecting it to the wall.
22.
This reminds you of a cocoon. It seems like this was some sort of sack or object created by a creature that would have contained something that has since broken out of it.
Right.
So you can use Failure if that proves that well.
What? Are we dealing with
As in re-roll with
a big bug?
Add the Failure thing instead of some.
Are we dealing with a big bug?
Dirty 20.
20, yeah, much the same. 26?
27.
27 is in fact the DC.
Ooh.
Nice.
You put together a couple of things as you see this. Thorin disappeared, Thorin came back. This thing here. You are dealing with some sort of shape change. Something that
Love it.
Someone-
you leave behind this sort of a thing
When
when
they-
taking on a new form.
Mm-hmm.
Putting two together, probably Thorin's form. Next to Thuri's body is a small table and chair. He seems to have fallen off the chair with a half-written letter.
Okay, I'll read the letter.
It's in Thorry's hand, the quill. The mayor is quite stunned and shocked, and takes a number of steps outside. You see, there are. There are a couple of 3 copper pieces on top of this half-written note, as well as a knocked-over ink bottle. The top of which seems to be a confessional, where Thorry admits to having stolen from the town treasury for years.
Mm-hmm.
Says he was funneling funds to Crooked.
Oh yeah. Is there anything else on the paper? I'll look at the other side.
Doesn't seem to be.
Okay.
Invisible ink. Hold it to the flame.
You definitely do that if you want.
Can I investigate the cocoon thing?
Yeah.
Help you with that.
Hag law? Would that give me anything?
It'll tell you if it's hag related.
Probably won't give me anything.
I would recommend a nature, survival, occultism, any of those sorts of checks.
I'll
Could
try a
also,
nature
medicine could do something.
If I could do medicine, that would be great.
One could also do medicine on the body.
I'll do medicine on the body for a 25.
Medicine on the body for 25.
Yeah.
Thorry has been. Sorry, I'm just really quickly.
This isn't
You
like
see,
tonight.
I have not rolled any higher than a 14. That was my highest. And everything else has been 10 or under. 11.
I think you need more dice with pockets on it.
Need something better.
With what was that medicine check, sorry?
25.
25.
I'm using this one.
Thorry Blank has been killed with a spell.
Ooh.
You have seen this kind of thing happen a couple of times. It's quite a nasty bit of magic. He would have been killed with psychic damage. You see there's blood pooling out of his ears. His eyes are completely glazed over.
Or is that just my noise? Just sounds busy like that.
It's a hell of a noise. Open with lecture for you sometimes.
Do I recognise what is that sort of in my type of wheelhouse, inflicting psychic injuries on people, or flesh-based ones with outside? Do I recognise what kind of magic this might have been?
With a
5 in medicine.
25 medicine, I will tell you it's arcane magic.
Okay, so yeah, okay.
Checks on that cocoon. What did you do and what did you get?
Nothing. 11.
Yeah, I rolled like a
As all my rolls
10
have
or
been.
something.
So Drizella's quite disparaging. She's like, this arcane magic killed his mind, and his body was too weak to withstand it.
You see at this point, Lewis kind of comes back in around the corner and not like distraught, but definitely upset. He says, our poor treasurer, it's such a shame. I was so hoping we'd be able to find him okay.
Do you make some?
Is there anything popping off with that odd feat?
And the cocoon
Inside.
definitely would trigger that. There's something about this letter that just doesn't feel right with you. People don't die in the middle of writing a note, especially with weird psychic damage. The other thing, that medicine check tells you is that this guy was famished and thin. He was starved. If the psychic damage didn't get him, exhaustion would have.
Do we know it was?
You meant to tell me there's magic that can make your brain go boom.
It starts with it's a confessional from Thorry, saying
Magic is
he's been
fucking
stealing
terrifying.
from the vault.
Oh yeah, which we
for
know.
years and years to the crooked man.
Ooh, I wonder if there's like a trigger thing, like he was under a spell where he needs to give up the, you know.
The other clue I'll remind you that you have now is also you do have an encoded logbook of the treasure that you haven't been able to work yet.
Yeah.
It's in some sort of strange dialect of Dwarvish.
Can I try to see if there's if I can use the note as like a key for the?
Yeah.
for the coded logbook.
Yeah, for sure. Give me a check.
Thinking.
It's like a logbook, sort of thing that you keep records of finances in, sort of like, such and such in, such and such out, what it's for, who it was attached to, that sort of thing. But it's written in some sort of some dialect of Dwarvish, so not the original kind. But some sort of,
No
I
request.
think it's probably a thievery check.
If Biggie cracks this case, can he have a badge and like a rank?
Yeah, sure.
What's the big deal?
That's an 11.
Yes.
That just
Uh,
went, my brain just went
Oh, you've
straight
got
into
Underworld,
Oxford.
don't you?
No,
can
I
use
don't.
that.
Yes, I do. Okay, so that'll be 15 then.
With a 15, you start to look through the note. It's not a cipher.
Okay.
It's not any sort of thing that can break a code in here. You don't think it's coded, you think it's just that it's a fairly obscure. It would be like if someone wrote it in like a Scots. It's just that this is a very obscure language.
Yeah. Good luck trying to
Or
spell
like
it.
Gaelic, and you found a book here. It's just a thing of like they just can't find anyone around who speaks this particular dialect.
Yeah.
But what you do notice is that the hand that wrote this note and the hand that's written these log journals over the years, not the same.
Okay, yeah.
He tried to copy Thori Black's handwriting and couldn't.
It's close-ish, but it's definitely not.
It could fool your passerby, but it couldn't fool somebody who knows. Your
If you had the
signature.
two to compare.
Yeah.
Probably not even of that high quality.
Yeah.
This is the sort of thing that if you put these next to each other, most people would be able to go, yeah, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is if somebody is just like flicking through, then they're not going to just... I don't know where I'm going with that. Just ignore my brain tonight.
Can I try another check on the body? Would Drizella have shared you said the mind magic thing?
Yeah.
As someone who's familiar with some degree of mind magic, would I be able to make a check of some kind to see?
Yeah. Give us. What are you trying to do?
Try and determine, because it's kind of weird that he just died.
Yeah.
Is there any sign that he was under some sort of hex or curse on his mind?
Difficult to tell with a corpse.
Yeah.
Give us probably occultism check.
Okay.
I will let you use Arcana if you haven't. No, you don't have either of those.
Could I use Haglor?
Yeah, I'll let you use Hagler.
Yeah.
I've got 23 survival on the cocoon as well.
That will tell you something.
Hey, finally. 18?
18. You think the spell that did this, in terms of psychic damage, comes in a lot of varieties. Some of them are these intricately crafted webs that can bewitch the mind and change actions. Others are pinfall that strategically remove certain memories. This was a sledgehammer.
Okay.
This
It
was
was just a
a
barrage.
spell that was designed to kill someone. You actively think he wasn't under any sort of control.
Yeah.
23 on the survival check. You think whatever used this was a medium-sized fey creature.
Am I wrong though?
Drizella, you hear this sort of from the cocoon.
You really don't like these fey things, do you?
They come out of cocoons like this and melt the mind of dwarves like that. What is it precisely that you would like me to like?
Look, I get all that, but you're angry. I'm scared. My reaction's natural. Why are you so pissed at them?
You don't know exactly what it is. You know that it's probably...
Did they... Look, I mean no disrespect when I said, but did they do
with
this?
an 18,
In his
you
first
think
stage
that
of
what
evolution.
this thing
So, yeah,
is
What?
likely the cocoon has changed its
Look, I'm trying to be a little diplomatic here, but did they
to like a disguised
Yeah.
person.
I'm assuming you look like a normal person at one stage.
We are not talking about me. We are talking about the dead.
With an 18, it may even have the memories of
Alright, you don't want to talk about it? That's fair enough. I'm not going to push you.
Okay. And we've seen the body of Thornblack.
Yeah.
And then did we get a glimpse of this dwarf who was...
You did, definitely not the same.
Oh, okay.
You're
So we know that yeah.
feeling that...
So we know it's a shape-shifting creature.
Biggie, would you
Okay.
share who the dwarf that attacked you was? They seem to have been an assassin hired by people you've wronged in the past.
Yeah.
Your hunch would be that they're not remotely connected to
Okay.
Thori Black or anything.
Yeah.
Or anything. That was just a chance encounter, more or less. Or that
Yeah.
they've been waiting for you. Yeah.
So that's going to be quite difficult, because if nobody's... But if the people at the thingy said that they saw him a week ago...
Well, but that was the shape changer.
Yeah.
The people at what thing, you see, Lewis is still there. You
I'm
see,
not exactly sure what people. I've heard a conversation.
you see at this point a number of guards come in and start to remove Thori's body. You see Lewis says, I'm terribly sorry it had to turn out like this, but you did hold up your end of the bargain, and I'll be sure to give you what you're all owed.
Thank you. I'll ask Lewis, based on what you're aware of, how much should be in here? How much do you think, in a roundabout percentage-wise, is left?
You see the stuff left in here is like there's a couple of paintings, there's a few notions of credit to the town of Lomarsh from such and such, that sort of thing. Any coinage is gone.
Okay, yeah.
And you see he says there should be a lot.
Yeah, okay.
More than you could take in a single robbery. I dare say this note here, it seems like he has been taken from us for a very long time.
Well, possibly. I'll tell him that I don't think this is his handwriting.
Might I take a look?
Sure.
Calligrapher myself.
Oh, yeah.
That's interesting. Random new fact. Can we roll insight on that?
Yeah, if you like.
Is that
Insight is a perception.
That's a nat 20. Plus 6.
It makes complete sense that this government official would be a
Expert handwriter. Yeah.
I go to
That's
the
a-
library
took
shelf
the
next to it,
archetype.
pull out calligraphy
101.
101.
Calligrapher
And
will
then-
want
Calligraphy.
buying Lewis shorts.
Yeah, with a picture of him in it.
Without the author. No, that absolutely tracks for you. That makes sense. That's not an odd thing for him to have. Similarly as to if he told you he had some experience with accounting, you'd be like, yeah, that figures. Yeah.
He's got the dandy dedication.
Oh,
Probably
absolutely.
does. You see, he looks over and he agrees with you. He says, this doesn't make any sense at all. It's quite odd, isn't it?
It is. Wonder
What do
who
you,
would have to gain from something like this.
So he nods at you and says, I don't know.
Perhaps someone was trying to frame for him.
Would you be interested in doing some further work for our fine community?
I certainly would be.
It's
Are
good
we
to
ever
hear.
going to
It's
leave
good to
this
hear.
town?
Well, if you find anything, come let me know. For now, though, I believe we owe you some gold.
Actual gold?
Yeah.
We owe you some silver. As a general rule, anytime I say gold, replace it with silver.
Okay, just say coin.
Coin.
Just say coin.
We owe you some.
There's too many variations of coin.
Yeah, well then you
You've
get
got
paid
the
what you get
penny,
paid.
You've got the cent, the
Do we
pen.
remember how much we
All of
promised for this one?
Yes, we do.
All of it.
good.
I thought you'd have that written down somewhere.
Oh, actually, we never were promised an amount. He only offered Bigby a place at the
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He
He
offered-
did give me
He
a
offered you
house.
property.
Yeah.
As a token of my affection, you can purchase property in my hold.
Yeah, purchase.
Purchase it with the
We'll,
money.
we'll allow you to spend money here.
Yeah, look,
There's your
property,
reward.
property's got a lot of value when there's.
So we
very,
stay here
very
the rest of
little
the
risk.
campaign. We build up a house.
Considering the place is getting wiped out tomorrow.
We just make our own little.
I hope he doesn't give me
We'll
that
just live the
racket
rest of
price.
our lives out here happily.
That shithole that's like
Even if that means just a
broken
small
sense.
You
room.
run this couple of you see, he does. He does tell you, as I told you, welcome to property here. We have a few houses that are vacant. If you wanted to set
Sweet.
yourself up, and he awards you all. Here we go. Loot value. We want
20 gold each.
no, but it is.
19 gold.
You were each awarded 8 silver pieces.
What?
Sorry, not 8 silver pieces. 18. Let me pull up the
Calculator.
Let's be real.
It's like we've got
Yeah.
40 for doing
In
this.
this day
Like,
and
what-
age, in this
what-
economy?
What are we, peasants?
This town's skint.
Yes.
We know that.
They have also just had their treasure fully removed. So,
As of that point.
Yeah.
And all
I
of
don't
their
have
treasure
any
removed
cash.
as
yeah,
well.
there is currently no liquid finances here.
There's no economy here.
It's like, well, this is awkward.
Well,
Like, you know how we
this-
said we were going to pay you? It was going to be with this, and that's
And
not.
I owe you.
From Mystery
Wait, so
Note.
what's gonna happen with
As long as they don't pay us like Deadpool
vault
with a Chris
rate
by
that
5.
said if we get into the vault for the
Here we go. Treasure bind.
what's gonna happen to them? They're not gonna get the money that they want.
This was a finger encounter. Yeah, that sounds better.
Because whoever the Fae was stole all the money already.
You were each awarded 13, and I do mean this, gold.
Oh,
pieces.
okay, cool.
So
Woo,
130 silver apiece.
we're rich.
Very much a few days worth of work.
Can I be that person again? And
No.
You can just give it to me. It's fine.
Can I ask if Dory Black had a family?
Afraid not. He was a widower. He outlived his partner, and both their children have long since moved to the Underdark. We have no means to contact them.
I thought you were gonna say just
Oh,
they
can
just
I-
moved.
As I understand, they did not at all.
Can I have a look at the body? So
Oh,
check pockets and
Money
stuff.
defending
Just to see
Underdark
if it's-
Yeah,
last
it's
night.
good,
It was
isn't
Yeah, for
scary.
sure.
It's good.
Pockets are gone. You do find, however, in one pocket, what looks to be
Oh no, not the pockets.
almost a piece of wood, about yay long, fairly thin, with a number of runes carved along it in a strange pattern.
Kind of rude.
Ooh.
This is really rare.
Hard to tell. Do you have heraldry
Yes.
or something like that?
I
Just a
sure do.
heraldry law check. This is in the
Using a
dwarves'
hero
part,
point for that.
the body.
That was 3. 9 was a bit better now. 10, 11, 12, 13, 15.
Little bit
15.
15? These are dwarvish runes.
Fantastic. So we've got a dwarf missing, a thing with dwarvish runes,
How big's the piece of wood?
and the
About
ledger.
yay long.
I'll,
About
Is
sometimes
that just a piece
pencil,
of wood, or
size
are you
of
just
pencil,
happy to
pencil.
see me?
No, first glance, it's hard to tell sometimes, but
I'm going to show it
not
to
Is it proportionate to the door?
Drizella. I'm going to show it to Drizella and be like, is this some kind of magic wand?
do you mean Sibylla?
Sibylla?
Would I be able to identify using occultism?
Absolutely,
Can I
that
help?
is exactly right. You can
Yeah.
need help. Give us a occultism check. Anyone who wants to can help. Give us a occultism check.
Wow.
19.
19.
Oh, I got 10.
Natural one.
Not helpful.
Not
Actively unhelpful. That drops to an
You're
18.
distracted.
What role are we doing
If
for
you
help?
crit fail a help check, it
I should
drops
never
it by
help
one.
anyone with anything.
Occultism.
Occultism. I don't think.
If you
I
crit
got a
fail,
19
it will
on-
activate
I
it.
don't. Yeah, no, I'm not
Almost
proficient.
so close, but not quite. I'm afraid. The DC's 20.
You might
I
get
thought
a
it was
20.
No, I'm not proficient.
With a
It's on the side.
17,
19.
with a 18,
Okay,
you
no,
are able. So that's so help is a risk. If you
Yeah.
really screw up a help check,
Oh, yeah.
you'll actively be unhelpful.
No, I'm just glad it
Just
wasn't
like-
my failure that.
Just like when you help in real life, you might have all the best
Yeah,
intentions.
absolutely.
but
Mordred
you
will never help with
fuck it up.
anything ever again.
We're just going
As
to
a
have
general
plus out
rule,
of
you
time.
help with stuff you're trained or
I'm useless.
Yeah.
This is not only is this not a magical wand, Sibylla. This is not magic of any kind. This is a mundane art.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Cool.
it's nothing special.
It might
There's
be
just
like
a
code
shit string
packing thing though with the room.
Yeah, I'll hold on to it for when the other dwarf guy comes tomorrow.
Yep.
And see if he knows about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Just capture the assassin, get him to do it.
At this point, it's about 5:15. The sun is kind of low in the sky, not setting yet, but getting very close to it. What is everyone's next move?
Have we? Because I and Nick, we weren't there when the Shaded Brethren turned up. Has that information been shared with the group?
I would assume so. Sibylla and Bigby also saw that.
Yeah.
Um,
So we know
Unless
that we don't
everyone's-
have to get that tonight anymore.
yeah. Unless they're trying to keep a secret for some reason.
I would like to take my newfound gold
Mhm.
and buy some healer's tools
I've got
and some blood eye coffee if they've got any in town.
Some what?
Blood eye coffee.
Blood eye coffee. Is that a thing?
Yes.
Does it make your eyes bloodshot?
I don't know, but I want it.
Hmm.
If I'm good. No.
Blood eye coffee, there we go.
Suddenly everyone thinks you've got red eye.
Blood eye coffee.
Must be
Level
freaking
0.
strong.
Oh, it's just a thing that makes you addicted to it. Oh no, but positively.
Yes.
That's so cool. You can use the addiction rules for positive things as well. That's wild.
Can
That's
I find?
really cool.
Is there?
You can buy some blood eye coffee. How much would you like?
I will
It's
buy.
5 silver per dosage.
Yeah, no, I know. We've just been paid. So I'm going to buy
Just gonna drop all the gold.
a coffee.
I'd like 15 doses, please.
I would like.
Going shopping.
Calories can I get in this campaign?
Two coffee and 2 healers kits, so that would be 2 gold, I think.
Lovely.
Yep.
You do that.
Thank you.
Subtract the stuff, add the bits. Anyone doing anything before you turn in for the night? What time of day it is and the day you will have.
Would I, presumably if we know about the whole Lewis Short needs to die thing,
Mm-hmm.
offer to guard Lewis Short?
You've not yet told Lewis Short that a shadowy order of monks wants him dead. How do you broach that subject?
Is anyone going to
Who?
stop me from
Wait.
telling Lewis?
Who? What?
Lewis
Which
Short, the
one's
head of
Lewis?
the Low Marsh People Committee, the elf with the mustache.
If you wander off on your own, we don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, let me drag the narrative back just a second. You all have just finished that. Gisella's about to go off shopping. Anyone do anything while you're all together?
I'm going to approach Lewis Short to tell him he's going to die.
For sure, you approach Lewis Short.
Yeah.
You are going to die in 3
I'm sorry to interrupt. We have reason to believe your life is in danger.
Oh. Please explain. So,
Are you aware of the Shadic Brethren?
I'm afraid not.
I don't know much of them, but they're dangerous and they threaten you.
Well, the town hall has guards at all hours. I'll be sure to remain there, and
I'm happy to also offer my protection.
do you think they're a serious threat?
I think they possibly could be.
Well, I won't say no to extra protection. We are light on funds currently.
I don't need anything.
Oh, I know I would pay. I just meant to say you'd be on standard wages.
I don't need anything.
Well, I'm hiring people without payment. I would be against several of their bargains and stuff. So.
The union would not be happy with me.
I must. I just want to make sure no one else dies tonight.
Well, there's a town full of people. I'm afraid your efforts might go in vain for that. But if you're wanting to patrol the town hall, you're more than welcome to.
I would like to do that tonight.
Very well. Well, I'm heading back that way now to get a bit of work done before we lose the sun. Will your friends mind?
Are we with you at this point?
Yeah,
Is
this is all happening
he
before we
asking
break.
if they want
He's
us?
asking you. Will your friends mind if we go?
I don't think so. Mordred wants to get away from them anyway.
Very well. You and Lewis Short head back to the town hall.
Yeah.
Drizella heads off shopping. Anyone doing anything else before you turn in for the night?
I'll go to the doctor's.
Yeah. You go to the Burnt Sage Hospice. Over hours of downtime, you can get healed for free because of. Need some water.
You need to get healed for it.
Do that. I didn't get healed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Heal
find a doctor.
yourself first. Jeez.
Anyone else want to do anything? Have a think.
So I'm not sure that the Shadic Brethren have just said that someone opposed to them would uncover secrets and reveal them to Lewis Short. So
Lewis Short had to die.
So Lewis Short has to die.
Sorry.
I'd actually be
But I don't
more.
know if that means someone's going to kill him or.
I would be
Something
Well, I think
interested.
he wants us to kill him.
Well, I would be interested to know whether anybody has been visiting him or bringing him information or anything like that.
Who's him?
So our understanding of the Shadic Brethren is that there are forces moving against the One-Eyed Soldier, and someone opposed to them would uncover secrets and reveal them to Lewis Short. Lewis Short has to die. Is that what we understand?
I don't know if they gave you that little bit of something on the secrets to Lewis Short.
We did get that.
You did? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So I guess the thing I would be interested in is, has Lewis Short had any visitors other than us?
So
Obviously.
you go to the town hall?
Yeah, I'd probably amble along there after I've bought some coffee and some spurious healing stuff.
Bigby, you're in the hospital still.
Mm-hmm.
Merida, what are you up to?
I feel like Merida would kind of have a little stroll through the marketplace. And
Yeah.
maybe do a little bit of shopping, but
Absolutely.
I will do that for the next session.
Nick?
I'm honestly probably just going to end up crashing.
Yeah, fair enough. You head
It's
back
been
to
it's been a long, weird day.
It has been a very long, very weird day. And Sibylla,
Just turning in.
turning in absolutely fair. You talk with the mayor when you get there, Drizella.
So are we in the same space now?
Yeah, you would have. This would be probably an hour or so later. The mayor kind of goes to an office and invites you to stand guard outside. The mayor's working. Sibylla, you kind of come, presumably say hello to Mordred. Drizella, and then head to the mayor's office. The long and short of it is no one has been trying to contact him, nothing like that. At this point, can I please get everyone to make me a flat check, which is a luck check? It's a straight d20 roll.
14.
9, 14,
16.
16, 13,
10.
7.
7. Wonderful.
I hate my life.
Did I hear 19 is the highest?
16.
16 is the highest. Cool, so we've got the highest and lowest in one spot. Would you two collectively like to go first or last? You have no additional context. This is a random choice. Last?
Last.
Wonderful. That probably works well anyway. You two have turned in for the night. Merida, I think you'd be the first to notice. What did you roll on your luck check?
9.
9. Lovely. Could we have some dramatic music?
Dramatic music.
When you say dramatic, what kind of mood?
As in, edge of your seat.
Something's about to happen.
Something's about to happen.
It's kind of already on that.
What's the word?
Alfred Hitchcock.
That's copyrighted.
But I mean, that's that
That's the vibe.
Yeah.
that vibe.
Alright, what do I see? Or what do I not see?
You see a commotion of, not a commotion, but a number of people moving through, start to move around a bit quicker and faster, people going places. Then you see a couple of guards blowing whistles to clear the square and running through. Something's happening on the far side of town.
Oh dear.
You're in the Basilisk Court. Market's over here.
Yeah.
Lots of people moving from this way.
I would probably start moving towards where all the commotion is
Yeah.
going towards. Try and find out from the guards what's going on, sort of thing, just by observing.
Give me a diplomacy check real quick. See if you can grab on the attention of the guards. Grab the attention of one of the guards. 18. You see, with an 18, you come across one of the guys is kind of standing there, just moving people around, saying, head inside, go at your homes, that sort of thing. You see they say, there's a curfew has been called. You need people back in their homes, or you're a traveller, aren't you?
Yes.
Back to where it is you're saying.
Can I try and push and inquire about what's happened? I would say, I'm friends with the investigator Bigby, and from what I know, he's been doing some work for the town. Is there anything that we could offer aid for?
You see, they say, look, it's a bit It's an odd one, I'll tell you that.
I've had my fair share of odd ones.
We've had. Look, head to the front gate, the gatehouse.
The front gate.
The,
Is that where everyone is going?
no, that's where everyone's going away from. If you reckon you want to help out, we could probably use you there.
Okay. I will start heading towards the front gate, keeping an eye out for any of my group.
And as you go, they say, hold on, you're not from the south, are you? So good, head on.
Oh, what's going on with the south?
Look, you head there. I've got to see the people, and that they kind of start following the crowds, that sort of thing. It's not pandemonium yet, but something is happening. Two of you in the inn are pretty much out of it. We'll come back to you in a minute.
Nick could probably be drinking for a bit and then go to bed.
You see a number of people coming into the inn. There's a couple of grumbles, that sort of thing. Doesn't look like anyone's scared. That's not the vibe. It's just kind of like there's some inconvenience happening.
Yeah, Nick could probably ignore that.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like
It doesn't seem something that he'd pay a lot of attention to.
You head to the gatehouse. Similar with the hospital. The hospital probably even less because people aren't going to the hospital. They'd be leaving from it. They're not there yet. You head to the gatehouse. Just as you see a large number of people coming in, there are some dressed as soldiers in this kind of dyed red armor. There's a number of robed ones who look like spellcasters. There's a few who look to be full knights, heavily plated armored shields. You see on their shields, the background of it is what looks to be orange burning flames and a bright red hand. You see Officer Bradley, who you would recognise as the closest thing this town has to a captain of the guard, is up the front talking with a kind of elder man who looks to be in charge. Very short-kept, greying hair, kind of salt and pepper goatee, and terrible burns over the one side of his face.
This is Officer Bradley.
Now, Officer Bradley is this gentleman up here. Similar, actually.
He kind of looks the same as what you described.
That's a terrible coincidence. This is the other guy. And the other person's right eye appears to be fully missing and replaced with an orb of metal of some kind.
It's also missing an eyebrow.
Captain Bradley
he's missing
looks
an eyebrow,
like
he's
a
missing
guy
half
you
of the
wouldn't
ear.
mess with.
No, Captain Bradley has probably the only guard here who seems to be competent. The rest, or at least seen war. And
Look at him. If he came up and told me to move along, I'd move along.
Absolutely. The rest of the guards are more kind of volunteers, that sort of thing. This guy is trained.
He hits the gym.
But you see, the two of these men, the other man is very much not a fighter. Another one, he's very thin. He's wearing more ornamental robes, almost. There's a golden clasp on his cape. You see, as you arrive, you seem to be a little bit late to affect whatever's happening here. That was that luck check. But a number of these red soldiers and mages and men are coming into the town. As you see, the two men, the captain of the guard and whoever this other figure is, seem to have reached some sort of a deal. And are kind of both standing there silently, tensely watching everyone enter.
We're getting flooded with refugees.
Not refugees. These look like they all belong to the same one. They're all in these red armor or red robes, that sort of thing. There's this same emblem of this red hand on a field of fire in all their clothing and gear.
Do we recognise that? Is that like a symbol of the town? Have we seen it in the town hall?
Hands in the town hall. Anyone who wants to can give me a society or a religion check to identify this. You can have all of them, so you can use that.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, you will know what this is when they get here.
What was it? Refugees, heraldry, or society?
Society
They're both the same, so
or religion.
let's go with heraldry for 21.
21. You recognize this group as...
24, sorry.
You recognize this group as the Red Hand. They are a fanatical religion from the south. They are fey hunters some of the time. They guard the woods. They follow the burning god.
Or are they
It's a
just...
difficult question. They're definitely not evil.
Yeah.
They kill a lot of fae. They hunt witches some of the time when they're not following things. They burn away that which they consider heretical. They're not really welcome in the north where you guys are. They would consider.
Do they call each other brother a lot?
They're not directly heretical, like they're not at war with you, but they don't like it. So, you're going to
40K
have cancellation with any of the
Oh, okay. I thought you were laughing at the fact that it sounds like the morning church.
Well, that too.
Like,
But that
A
sounds
little bit.
that sounds totally like the Inquisition.
Little bit.
Which also sounds like that.
No, 40K Inquisition.
That Inquisition as well. You see, DP, what was your flat luck check?
13.
13. As you're kind of wrapping up, you had your bandages around the side, but you can get your hit points all back to full.
Yep.
You see someone who looks to be a priest of some kind, fairly well anointed clothes. You see they've come to the hospital, spoken with Matron Simone, who would have been the person who would have heard their discussion.
Yeah.
You see this person basically comes and says, "We are of the Red Hand. We have placed this glade under lockdown. We are chasing a powerful thing with infiltrated here that we must find before we move on.
Okay.
No one can leave the hospital. We have guards outside."
Okay.
You see, Matron Simone seems to almost automatically just kind of says, "Yes, I understand. We'll follow the procedure, that sort of thing. No one will come in, no one will come out without guards say so. Any signage will need to come here, of course."
Mhm.
They say that, yes, they will be able to enter, but they may not leave without permission. They'll guard you for a moment.
Yeah.
Can you please tell me what your charisma modifier is?
Charisma. +0.
Okay. Just real quick. You see, they look over you for a moment, quite critically. You see, they're very much examining you, and they seem satisfied and just they give you a nod of citizen and move on. Seeming to talk to the other people on the hospital.
Right. I'll actually introduce myself.
Yeah.
To the priest that was spoken to what's the face before. So I'm actually investigating a fade myself. Maybe we can help each other out.
Most certainly, you'll want to talk with Alexis.
Okay.
Follow me.
Yeah.
So they head you out. They begin leading you to the front of the gate, where you'll
Sick.
meet back up with not Arwen. You'll meet back up with Merida. We'll get Merida. Over in the inn, Sibylla, are you? Have you gone straight to bed? Are you up, eating, drinking, that sort of thing?
I think I was intending to go to bed, but seeing it come out the window,
Yeah, for
I
sure.
probably decided to go and. I don't know. Will I know where any of the others are?
I'm downstairs in the
Not
bar.
really. Nick is with you.
Okay. I'll.
Can I ask that we
Do you think, Nick, we should head out and see what all this is about?
Nickel, put down his one. See what it's about. I'm a bit busy drinking.
There's commotion everywhere.
What, all these grumpy people?
You would recognize them as the kind of figures start approaching. You would know them as Red Hands. They hunt people with red eye who have gone savagely wild. They exterminate. They also are known to track down rogue witches, which probably would have they would consider you to have been living in the woods. So they now wouldn't pick you up as that, so they're not affected immediately, but you probably would not have had a good experience with
Listen, I don't like these people. If you want to stay, but I'm getting out of here.
I don't like the look of them either. Let's go.
where do you go?
Whereabouts are we situated in the context of the town?
Pretty much dead bang in the middle. You guys are go on. You guys are here. That's the exit. There's the other exit, and you now the lumberyard has another exit.
Yes, but we can't get out.
You cannot get out.
Do we know? Can we notice everyone gravitating this way?
You can indeed. As that happens, you see walking towards you on a horse the one-eyed man in red and resplendent clothes. On his left stands Bigby, and on his right stands Merida, which we will jump back to now. Bigby, you're taken to the front gate where you meet up with Merida, and you see the priest type who's with you comes up to this man, who then wanders over and introduces himself. as Alexander Douglas. He offers you a hand.
Yeah, I'll shake it.
Very warm.
Okay, good. This one didn't
I
attack me.
hear you've been investigating Fae in this area.
I have. There seems to be some. The treasurer here seems to possibly have been murdered by one.
You're looking for a shape changer, one who can walk as many people.
That is
That is
the
exactly
one.
what we're looking for now too.
Very good.
We found a cocoon-like thing inside the
Next to the
the
dead
vault.
body.
That'll be them. I was hoping we might be early enough to find it before it could change. We're looking for a doppelganger, a rather nasty Fae who would kill you and take your face.
I quite like my face where it is, thank you.
We would be Nick cracking jokes from the end. We would very much. I would very much appreciate your assistance on this if you're willing to come with me.
Yes.
Very well. I need to talk with the lord of this town. Do you know who they are?
Yes.
Very well. We'll be heading that way then.
Yeah.
And then it gets on a like this beautiful, tall, thoroughbred horse. Big, resplendent cape. This guy is very clearly someone relatively important. Begins heading through town.
Yep.
Passes the inn, where you two can tag along if you like.
Just imagine
as
walking
you're-
up with the guy on the
I see Big and I'm like, think we should go with him?
As you're going along, he basically asks you for the whole story of what
Yeah.
you've seen. Do you tell him?
Yeah, I'll
everything,
share
everything?
him all the information.
Yeah, you see, he says that much. He's like, we're looking for a particular doppelganger Fae. They have information that we require.
So you're not just trying to exterminate them?
That as well.
Okay.
We need to find out who knows what they know first. Though. Many lives could be at risk.
Okay. Do you want to share with me what that information is that you need?
As a token of our ongoing cooperation, I think that could be beneficial. They have particular knowledge of the upcoming magical event, known as the Parallax.
Yes. We've heard a bit about this parallax coming up.
We believe with what they know, many other forces could do great evil in this world.
True.
And so the four of you and Alexis and a number of guards rock up on Lewis Short's place. He's Alexis, by the way. Figure. Priestly outfit, big scar, flash cape. That's all. That's that.
Guy is sick.
You know, I kind of hate these religious types, right?
So do I.
What was with the fire and brimstone?
See, they enter town hall very much without asking the guards or anything like that. They just push in, travel upstairs, and you would see a fairly large procession of people coming to the mayor's office.
Yeah.
Do they look like they're coming with evil intent?
They don't look murderous. This main guy at the front looks like he's coming to see the mayor.
They're there with purpose.
I'm with him too, so.
Yeah, four of the rest of the party's there as well. Drizella has to be in the office having a call with Lewis.
Can I see these guys coming in?
Yeah.
Does Drizella think she might end up having to kill some of her friends here? Is this the thing that the Shadic Brethren may have been warning about?
Give us a religion check. See what the red hand makes of the faceless soldier.
Doesn't sound good.
Are we around at this point?
Yep,
We're all
back
together.
15.
Wait,
15.
What are we rolling for?
I'm rolling
Probably
religion.
going to rule against help for this, so it's about this character's religion. To the best of your knowledge, there would be no reason for the red hand to be doing something that helps the faceless soldier. That would be an odd thing for them to do. Is that?
I guess
answer your question?
I'm guessing I'm asking the opposite. So the
okay.
faceless soldier says that bad shit is coming. People
Very
acting
much,
against
very
them
much could be.
are going to spill secrets of some description to Lewis thingy, and he's
This
going to
very much
potentially
could be
need to
those,
die. And half of my friends have walked in with them. Damn it.
with the possible exception of Mordred, who was outside when it happened.
And Mordred.
Am I still blocking the door?
So Mordred's
sorry,
here.
so if you're standing in front of
Okay.
him,
Yeah.
as
Sorry.
Alexander approaches, he would just quite simply
Sabella and
stand
Nick just saw everyone walking. We saw Bigby and we just
I'm
tagged along.
protecting
We're
the
not like there with.
The mayor has no fear for
Do
having
they even know where
We're
we
here on behalf of the Red.
Probably not. Probably wouldn't be paying any attention to
Can I roll to know what I know of the Red Hand?
Yeah, give us a society
Big
check.
little hoity-toity.
You also
I know nothing.
you also do see, however, Bigby is with them, Merida is with them, Sabella
Yeah.
is with them.
Seeing
Well,
that
I-
would be
Yeah,
Obviously,
same
they're
there.
not paying a whole lot of attention to Nick.
Uh,
So,
as it happens, two of them are. You see,
so
there
I
are
was
two-
just going to walk over to Mordred and ask what the hell's going on.
Yeah, you see, as you've been moving across town, you being Sabella, Nick, and I think that would be it. You see two of the more heavily armored guards just flanking behind you. Don't stop you going.
No, I just walk over to Mordred.
Mordred's slightly scared, so we just step aside.
You know what's going on?
At which point, the
all
Red
these-
Hand
all these
bursts
religious-
into the office.
I
Religious types.
message into Mordred's head.
Just talking Mordred.
I think this may be the moment the Shadic brethren were warning us about. Somebody will need to die.
Can I respond in your head?
Mm.
No one's gonna die.
Oh, God. You can't see Drizella rolling her eyes because
But I
she's
can
wearing
feel
a
it.
plague doctor's mask,
Feel
but you can feel it.
The face just went straight and just
She's
So,
wearing a plague
I
doctor's
can-
mask. The face stays exactly
I
the
can
same, but
see
you can feel it.
Drusilla as well, yeah?
Yes, you're on the same.
So I'll wander over to Drusilla to Mordred. I said, Warner, do you know what the hell's going on here?
See, at that point, Alexander Dunlos begins talking to the
No.
mayor.
Are we killing people?
Basically says, we are from the Red Hand. We've had to place your glade on lockdown.
Many
we're
must
looking for
survive,
a
none
runaway
unchained.
fay who believe to have infiltrated.
Oh,
No one may leave until we found them. We will administer a brief test of every citizen in the glade. Once they have passed,
I don't like the idea of this fucking test.
safe. Once we find the Fae, which we will deal with them and we will go on the way. It shouldn't take more than a few days. Lewis Shaw kind of looks around the office. There are lots of majors, lots of knights here, whoever this person is. They fairly quickly, they kind of briefly look at the five of you, particularly those who came in with the Red Hand, particularly at Bigby, kind of up the front, having talked with him, trying to get a read on the situation.
Oh, Nick's got no idea what's going on.
You're
And
not asking
fairly,
the right people.
fairly quickly says, as long as you're a citizen of our, as long as the safety of our citizens is assured, you're welcome to go about your business. To which he, Alexander simply just says, good, turns around and walks out of the office.
Okay.
You see, quite noticeably, two of the proper knights' big plate armor, great shields, broadswords, stay stationed outside the mayor's office. As several other people begin to fan out. Alexander goes to you, Bigby, and says, tell me, where do you think most people will be gathered this time? I'd like to make the announcements there.
What are we talking about?
He says, where do you think most people will be gathered in town this time of day?
It's the middle of the night, isn't it?
It's probably sundown, it's probably about 6,
Oh, okay.
6:30.
Lewis would probably know better than I would.
You see, he says very well, we'll go to the tavern.
Yeah.
Heads that way there. Goes there, makes a very similar message, and at that point you see a number of the Red Hand around pull out what looks to be bars about, only yay big, quite thin, of silver. It says we administer a fairly simple test. We'd like a volunteer.
What the
At
fuck
which
is
point he
going
starts looking around at the
Yeah, I'll
couple
volunteer.
of you. He says, your hand, please.
Yeah, I'll
So he takes the thing of silver, rests it against your hand, and says, as we can see here, this man is not a fae. Puts the silver away. And then casts a small spell on the back of your hand. It just has a little version of the red hand emblem in fire. It says, by this mark, we know them to be safe.
And
You
you
may
can
go
come
about
back
your
into the
business.
club without.
Once we have catalogued enough people and found the fae, we will be free to leave town.
Sweet.
Any who
No.
leave will be treated as guilty of the crimes this Fae has committed and executed on sight. I need to assure you all we are
Fucking wonderful.
not just.
Yeah.
Do not
I
leave.
mean, with the type of Fae that's wandering around, I do believe that this is
These guys.
I told you we should have gone to the fucking river.
You know what? This is actually kind of bothering me a little. I'm kind of agreeing with you.
Malachi would.
I think for the first time I'm agreeing.
Yeah, Malachi would be working for these guys. He'd be like, sign me up on the line.
Malachi be leading these fuckers.
I'll be the.
Malachi's been like,
Yeah,
right,
this
I'm
is
your new
actually
leader.
one eye slightly younger Malachi.
He'd be the.
Yeah, that's Cardinal Luxurious. I mean, seriously.
At this point, all of the
Malachi,
red
yeah.
hand begin to pull out those silver bars and just start going up to people, testing them. Do any of you resist?
Fine.
Cool. Cold
Fucking-
silver in your hand, nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Fucking
nothing
Fae.
happens.
Can I try and sort of? Is it a big crowd?
Huge crowd.
Can I try to like edge back into the crowd?
Yeah, for sure.
Disappear, her into the head.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like-
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Stealth check.
Oh.
Is stealth a skill?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, it is.
Oh, I'm gonna burn.
no.
I'm gonna burn a hero point here and change dice because apparently that works. I was a little better. 18.
18. You filter kind of back, just kind of against the wall, minding your own business. And you see just next to you a well-dressed gnome, kind of mutton chops look, big head of hair, very nice kind of brown coat, golden buttons. Kind of saddles up next to you and says, if I were trying to avoid notes or
He's saying this to be gnomish.
yeah, it does indeed. If I were trying to head up, avoid notes, I would head upstairs and pretend to already be asleep.
And we're in the inn, are we?
Yeah, you're in the inn. You're kind of backed up against the wall
Which-
near the
of
stairs.
which
You
we
could quite
already-
easily slip upstairs.
In which we already have a room, so
Of which you already have a room.
I shall do that.
So he says, indeed, might I follow with you and inquire about a business proposal?
Could we not talk about this in the morning?
Understandable.
It's not in front of pick you up.
Oh.
So he says,
Seville is not
it is the
interested.
sort of
I'm way too old for
opportunity
you,
that
pal.
best comes with privacy, but
Just about a couple hundred years.
I'm just wary of being alone with some guy.
Yeah, understand.
I mean, smart.
Typical female
you
struggle
can
there.
just say no.
Yeah, no, doppelganger's on the loose.
Oh.
You see, he says,
I don't know,
I
guys.
understand being cautioned
very
these
well
times.
all the time.
If you're looking for some coin later, though, come find me.
Yeah, that's going to happen, buddy.
You gotta be pimped out so hard.
I'll know where to find you. What was your name?
You can just look for me.
Don't want to generate one. I'll
Head upstairs.
head upstairs, candles out,
Mm-hmm.
and
Nick will be sitting at the bar rubbing the mark, trying to
Would I have
rub it
seen
off.
Seville's away?
Simple sort of magic spell. This would come off with some very light dispel magic, maybe even a good enough Arcana check, but that defeats the purpose. Completely harmless, as far as you can tell.
Nah.
Would I have seen Seville's away?
Not with that sort of stealth check.
Okay.
Certainly not passively. You
Fucking
get one
wonderful.
as well.
Yeah. I want to try and hide.
Yep, give us a stealth check.
That's not going to be good. 5.
you get a hero
As
point.
you take your first step kind of away from the main crowd, Big B, you actually see that Alexis says to you, your friend there wouldn't be trying to leave, would he?
No, he wouldn't dare think of something that's it.
What was their name?
Mordred.
Mordred! You've not been tested yet, have you? Come here.
It's just silver. You've got a whole bunch of
Oh,
them
yeah,
in
I'll
your
go
pocket.
up.
Grabs hand, silver, nothing happens. Okay. Puts mark, and says very well. Well, we're looking for this shapeshifter. Hopefully my people are able to find us. If you have any extra leads, you could hand to us.
Well, we know where his cocoon is.
Yeah,
Would
we
that
could-
be a lead? Would
That
that be a
is
roll?
most certain.
It's in the
Well,
vault.
it's in the
Go
roll.
in hole.
But it was right next to the body, so.
It's killed.
No, the body
No,
of the
no.
guy
That
gets
was
killed
the
and took
body
its
it was
place.
slopping
Yes.
with.
Yes. Very good. Heads off that way. Doesn't explicitly invite you. You'll be coming along if
Yeah,
you
I'll
want to.
come with them.
You're going
And
along.
on the way, I'll tell him, like, I think so. The the treasurer was probably killed like over a month ago because his place was ransacked a while ago.
Yeah.
And then the shape changer probably took his body in the vault, and then so he was seen around town as the treasurer until like what was it, a week ago?
Yep.
A week ago.
And so then I assume either the shape changer's left town, or more likely it's changed into someone else. So now we need to find where the next cocoon is.
You see, when you say more than likely it's here, or maybe it's left hand, you see he says it's here.
How you said.
So when he takes off, Nick could walk over and go, "You're right. Did you think I was going to have a little bit of a reaction? Did you?"
I've been around Faye before.
Oh, you thought they like left some sort of mark on you and it would react a little bit. Well, it's a good thing it didn't, then, isn't it?
He's kind of terrified.
You head over to the.
I don't like these religious types either, right? Just stay clear of them, yeah.
They do a couple of tests. A couple of the mage types come in. One with full goggles, white apron, does a number of alchemical tests on it. Crime lab, that sort of thing.
Great Scott.
Nothing much.
Yeah. Is there like a limit to how long these shape changes can maintain their shapes?
So as far as I understand, it can remain in a shape for indefinitely, but it takes a full day to take a new shape on.
Okay.
Likely the privacy of this vault was what allowed that.
Yeah.
It will be near indistinguishable from its true form, however, silver will reveal the truth. Very well. Hopefully it will turn something up. For now, I recommend you get some rest.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyone do anything else before they wrap up for that evening? Largely, there's lots of red hand going around.
Nick could
It's a lot
have
of
another
people
drink
in.
and buy one for Mordred.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you need something to calm down.
He's
But-
still a kid, but yeah.
Just
That's fine. You start drinking whiskey.
something to calm you down, because I don't like these religious types any more than you do.
He'll probably have a few sips this time.
I don't blame you.
You all head to bed, and I think we might wrap up now. Or do you want to go for another 15 minutes?
And I don't mind.
Clean cut or...
Yeah. The only thing I do before I go to bed is I would pray to the faceless soldier.
Ooh, interesting.
Give us a religion check. And a will save for those horrible nightmares.
Is it fair to say that this is the guards are going to be marauding around all night?
They said it might take a couple of days.
That's
So
Mal-
who's
that's Malachi,
who's having
the other
horrible
campaign.
nightmares?
21.
Who's having horrible nightmares?
Everybody. Will save from everybody.
Oh,
Oh,
21.
21.
ooh.
Do you want... Are you asking for anything in the prayer, or just a kind of personal thing? Are you wanting to make contact? Are you wanting to...
That was a lot for a second.
You feel like you could, if you wanted to, reach out to the Shadow Brethren. They might not respond. They might.
I would reach out to the Shedek Brethren. What assistance would you particularly like? The Red Hand are in town.
Their arrival signals that it is already too late. Our mission will not be able to be completed with their presence. We have contingencies in other towns in order to achieve our goals. We shall have to look elsewhere. Had the mayor, had Lewis Short died earlier today, there may have been a great victory for our lord. Now all will survive, and none will be able to change.
Whoa, what? Dun dun dun. Quick note taking.
We will all survive and none will be able to change?
Yeah, all will survive. That's what I said, yes?
Yeah, I just
That's
like
what you
the
said.
line. It's
Oh,
good.
That's what you said.
Yes.
Who's saying this? Your deity?
No,
No.
the shadow
Shadow.
monks who've been vaguely threatening.
Oh, yes.
They worship the same deity, but not in the same way. That's probably about as much as you get out of them unless you have anything specific.
No, that's fine.
Cool. Anyone get less than a 10 on that save?
No.
Oh,
Mordred, you dream of the smell
I got a
of
dirty 20.
burning things.
So,
Anyone get less than a 15?
Nope.
Anyone get less than a 20?
Dead on 20.
I got
I
20.
got 18.
Less than, so 19.
No, we had 20 each.
18, yep. You have just dreams of, you know that feeling when you're like starting to get dehydrated and it's just hot and your head's throbbing and you're a little bit dizzy. Just that sensation for hours and hours and hours. Those who got above 20, sleep and rest fine. No ill.
Do we take a rest?
You do indeed take a rest, and I think we'll wrap up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Would we like a level up?
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful. We'll do that at the start of next session. Then.
Okay.
Okay.
And
I
I'm not
can't
here next session.
see.
Oh, you're not here next week. That's all right.
Well, next week is Stride, isn't
No, we're going to do Evergreen again next week because then I'm away for 2 weeks. So we'll do double
Okay.
stride.